This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
Enjoy yourselves.
Greetings.
We are here for you. Right?
Absolutely.
White glove. White glove.
White glove.
Did a lot since yesterday's show.
Yeah. We're in a meeting for a while.
Got some new technology.
It's good. That was a toy meeting.
Yeah.
You got some toys.
Found an old video.
Oh, boy.
When we started radio together 20 years ago.
Wow.
Somewhere around here, I think.
Yeah.
No, actually it was in the summer, right?
It was.
Because it was the OJ.
The OJ.
It was the OJ that got us together a long time ago.
When the OJ.
I was just thinking what kind of phones were available then. I'm starting to think what songs were out, what movies were out, what technology was out.
Man.
I didn't have a cell phone when we first got together.
I sure didn't.
I know other people did.
Yeah.
94 people were starting to get cell phones, right?
Yeah. People had...
You kind of had to be, I think, rich, though, a little bit.
It was that switch over from the car phone to
I didn't have a car phone either.
Cell phone, yeah. Because people used to have the little pigtail antenna on the back windows.
Right. I remember I was at BAB 20 years ago. That's where I met Aunt. And I remember the beeper was huge.
Oh, right. There you go.
I remember hanging out. We had to do a lot of club gigs and a lot of just running around Long Island. And how we communicated with each other was... I didn't even have a beeper, though. I never had a beeper. You had a beeper, right?
I had a beeper.
And you always... If someone in your crew...
Yeah.
Had a beeper, you hung out with that person a little more. I don't know why you wouldn't just get your own beeper.
Yeah.
But he would be the communicator.
Well, that was it. You'd look
sudden,
and be like, all right, yeah, that's, this guy. And
I remember it was the van driver I used to hang out. I forgot his name. And he would always get the beep that the girls were hanging out at such and such place. And we'd all get excited, and then, we'd run over to that place. But they could have left by then because, there was no way to communicate.
Yep.
I don't know how we got by.
Doesn't it seem weird and disconnected when you look back at those times? Like, I don't know how anybody connected with each other or ever spoke.
How'd you ever hook up to go somewhere? You'd have to plan so far in advance.
Right. Yeah. And you had to, I
remember going on dates to the mall and just hoping that the person would show up.
The guy would show up, right?
Yeah, right. And I was like, where is he?
Yeah. Then you'd have to sit in the bathroom and look for the hole between the two stall doors, and your eyeballs would meet and a tear would form in each one.
But if you were meeting someone, you just had to hope that they were going to be there.
Yeah.
You just looked it up. That's my first phone right there. It was the Motorola StarTAC.
Yes.
That was my first phone. It came out in 96, so I didn't get a cell phone until 96 then.
After 96.
I know we moved to Boston, and I still didn't have a cell phone. And then I got one, and that caused problems. I know we've talked about this.
Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to get one.
But Aunt wasn't allowed to get it.
No.
This is the same guy. That's what makes me laugh.
Let me get one.
We both have drastically changed, granted, but...
Okay.
I remember getting a cell phone, and that just caused,
I'm like, I should get a cell phone. You don't need a cell phone. She was probably right.
Yeah, probably.
Well, scroll down a little further, see what we got as far as the 96. Is it later? You got 96.
The Nokia 810. I didn't have that.
Oh, that was that other slidey one.
Yeah.
The Nokia 9000
communicator.
Oh, and then the Nokia 9000. We opened it up and it was sideways, so you had the bigger keyboard.
Wait, these are phones that came out after the StarTAC?
Yeah, this is 98.
Why does the StarTAC look cooler than those two phones?
Well, these aren't phones. These are these are the two-way pager. What was two-way pager? What was the regular? It was like
pretty much
just texting.
Yeah, it's pretty much your texting at that point.
Right.
The beepers were just like, I think it just showed you a phone number that someone was calling.
That's all it was, yeah.
Right, and then you had to go to a payphone
and call the number.
Yeah,
and call the number, and they were waiting at that payphone for you to call it.
You put in codes though, like you put your phone number in, then you write 143.
Yeah,
that means I love you. So it's just like, oh, that's so nice.
You never got that one, did you?
I never even had a beeper.
Okay, but the 4 meant something else.
I used to like to. I used to like to spell out. I used to like to spell out hello on a calculator.
Oh, that's always a good one. What do the other ones look like?
98.
Go down. Okay.
The
now
Nokia
we're looking.
9. What is that one?
The 5110. I don't know.
No, the Nokia above that. That is the Nokia 5110 or whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, that's when I started getting into. That was like my first phone was kind of a Nokia.
A Nokia.
Yeah, the leather case you'd have on your side that was because the phone didn't bend. It was just this straight hunk of fucking shit.
Of garbage.
Yeah.
When everyone would ass dial people because there wasn't a flip. Oh, there you go.
That's 99?
Hey, wait a minute. That's the one I got. 99. It was a smaller one.
The Nokia 71.
That was it.
No, 8210.
Oh, which way are we going with this?
86.
Okay, the Nokia 8210. That phone everyone would recognize. That was a big one.
Big seller right there.
Right. Come on, keep going until you get to my fucking favorite phone of all time. The Nokia 7110.
That's another one. Keep going.
The Nokia 5210. Nokia was hot, huh?
Oh, it really was.
Then the Benefon.
Oh, boy.
Isn't it amazing how awful and irrelevant these look?
With the little antenna.
And we finally get to the first Samsung, which brings us to yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Let me see the first Samsung. That's the first Samsung makes an appearance, and now they're taking over the world.
The little tiny screens.
And it was the first cell phone you could put MP3s on.
Oh, wow.
Really?
How many could you fit, did it say?
Probably 2.
And does it say what year?
This was 99, I think.
These are all 99 still. Okay, keep
what
going.
a hassle if texting was. You'd have to hit the same number like 3 times to get the third letter.
Yeah.
And shit. Oh, pain.
But shouldn't we all have been just amazed that you could text?
Yeah.
But of course we have to all go to
Kinda
bitching
were,
right away,
yeah.
right?
I think we were amazed back then, though. It's only I remember the first text I sent was from my car. I was like 30 years old.
Yeah.
The first time I sent it was to a girl. And people were texting, and I was like, no, texting's annoying. Now I don't want to hear a voice ever.
Never.
Yeah, no, it's stupid to actually make a phone call with your phone.
Do I enjoy a good text?
It's really ridiculous to make a phone call.
When my phone rings, I'm just like, I out loud, I go, who is this?
Right.
I'm all annoyed.
Of course. Should we keep going real fast?
Sure, I like this.
Then we go to the 2000s. More Nokias. Nokia just... What happened to Nokia?
Was all over the place.
They had a huge lead.
iPhone.
Yep, that killed everything.
Everything.
Maybe the BlackBerry before the iPhone knocked out the Nokia. Look at it.
It was
All
wacky
Nokias.
Everyone had those.
The Nokia 8310.
And
you would
Ericsson,
recognize.
where'd they go?
Ericsson was trying to make a move.
Bye.
Ericsson's keep going. You go faster now because this is getting boring for people.
Just wait.
I can't believe
more
how I forgot
Nokias.
these ever existed.
Right.
Yeah.
More Nokias. Now you're looking at the first
Stylus.
the Sony. What is it?
It's like a
Sony Ericsson P800.
P800. Okay.
very Palm Pilot.
I recently lost a lot of money because I invested in a stylus carrying case company.
Oh, how'd that work out now?
Not well. I did that like 4 months ago. I invested $3 million that I didn't have.
A flip phone.
First camera phone.
Oh, a camera phone.
Is the Sanyo was the first one?
What year
I
is
think I
that?
had that one.
2002.
2002 was the first camera phone. So we've already been taking pictures with our phones for 12 years. Wow. More Nokia. What the fuck? What did Nokia do wrong?
Not be Apple.
And then the trio.
That's right, the
we
Palm
all were
Trio.
handed trios when we first joined XM.
Let me tell you a little trivia about now.
Yeah.
The guy that invented that, big man on campus at Harbor Fields High School.
All right.
Oh, that's right.
Not the trio, the Palm.
And his favorite
Well,
actor
the
is...
Palm
Palm Trio?
He did both.
No, he did both.
He did the Palm
Yeah.
and the trio.
Yes, and Danny sued him over the whole name thing.
All right, I'll accept number three.
Trio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Wow.
I bomb with phone jokes.
Yes.
I'll accept number 3.
Yeah.
That's fine. Third greatest Harbor
Well,
Field
what's
High
he
School
done for
graduate.
us lately?
Wait, go back. We missed a few.
Oh, my God. The
And then
Palm Trio.
Nokia again. Nokia.
Yeah, all over the place. Oh, the
And then-
BlackBerry Quark
Yeah, I
year is
remember
that?
that.
with the
Looked like a
black
little
and
calculator.
white, little monochrome screen.
It was a bit wide. They went wide at first.
Oh, then the 7210 had a color.
And this is where
screen.
BlackBerry knocked down Nokia.
That's right.
Oh boy.
But Nokia hanging in there.
Oh,
What
they
the
tried.
fuck was
I don't
that?
know.
It's like a Klingon weapon. The 7600.
Look up the Nokia 7600 if you're near a computer.
Crazy.
What is that?
It looks like almost like there's all-in-one remote controls in your house, like the big ones, the little screen in the middle.
Almost square with all the buttons on the outside, with a screen in the middle. But the buttons go all the way around.
The Razor was the cool phone.
That was a cool phone to have. The Motorola Razor.
Oh, you had to have a Razor.
No, because I decided to go Pebble right around. That's right.
Oh, right.
I went with the Pebble.
Yeah, another Sony Ericsson.
More Nokia. Nokia's still hanging in there.
Trying to stay relevant.
Nokia hanging in there.
Nokia didn't go quietly.
Nokia.
Going.
A lot of Nokias.
Keep jiggling.
Nokias. We're going faster now.
Yeah.
All right.
That is another Razor.
The Razor started taking over a little bit. Now we're up to 2006. More Nokias. Motorola. BlackBerry Pearl.
Oh, that stunk.
Wait a minute, where's the iPhone? That came out before 2006.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, iPhone was.
I think the iPhone is still a little newer than that. No,
Is it?
Remember the blackjack?
Oh,
The Blackjack.
I realized that.
right. More Nokia, and then 2007, the world changed.
That's
the
it.
iPhone.
That's it right there.
There you go. That was the game changer right there. And then for the most part, we know
Everything since then.
everything since then.
All these other ones were trying to hang in.
Motorola's.
Like, what did Apple do?
Nokia's saying, fuck you. We've been, a powerhouse for years. We're hanging in there.
And BlackBerry added typewriter buttons.
Right. Those dumb fucking
assholes.
intuitive.
Oh,
It was intuitive buttons on the screen. Tactile.
Right.
because people like to, do they?
The BlackBerry Bold. I think that was the last BlackBerry I had. I finally said, fuck you, BlackBerry.
What was the one I had that I
Goodbye.
tapped on? When I wanted to switch to Verizon because I hated AT&T, what was the BlackBerry that sent me into a rage spiral?
the Storm?
Might have been a Storm.
The click screen?
That's the click screen one. The click
What a
screen.
lousy company.
Tick, 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 tick. It's like you're popping those packing bubbles.
Oh, my God. I couldn't text that. It just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and then
And that's it.
that's pretty much it.
Everything goes away.
What do you think is going to be next when we look back at the iPhone, the way we look at like the Razor and the Pebble? Like, what will the phones be in 10 years?
Ooh, back to the old style dial phone where you carry it around with you in a suitcase.
Yeah, in a backpack. The new backpack phone. You hang it up on your head like a hat.
Remember they were trying to go with that old school handset?
People were walking around with the handset and the curly
The
cute
giant,
cord that plugged in USB into your fucking
That was a
iPhone.
goof, right?
Yeah.
That was a hipster thing, I think.
I think it was a black thing. A lot of black guys like walking around with that.
I don't know.
I'm on a phone, motherfucker.
Check out my phone.
Yeah.
But anyway, it leads us to yesterday's meeting where we all got white glove service.
Oh, boy.
Thanks to Roland.
Oh, yeah.
Roland set it up so the Samsung people came by.
Got a note
and gave us the Note.
and a watch.
A Note 3 and a watch.
And the watch.
Is the Note smaller than it used to be, or is it a different phone? I'm thinking?
It's thinner and lighter.
What was the giant screen? Like, I like that screen size that you're holding.
This is maybe they made the Note slightly smaller. I don't know, but it's a big phone, but it fits in every pocket.
Yeah.
I want the Samsung 5, but they because we're white glove now, we will get Samsung 5s as well.
It's so good for
But we
video.
start with the Note 3.
Note 3 is like, the video's amazing.
And Lewis from the company came by yesterday. He was really, really cool because, staying for a meeting for us is brutal because our brains literally shut off an hour after this radio show.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what happens, but it
just shuts down.
Mentally, you just go somewhere else. You're done talking. You're done focusing. You're done concentrating. And you just start staring into space.
Your eyes start crossing. It's,
right.
It's crazy.
But he tolerated us, and he showed us around the new Note 3. And
It was cool.
Oh, speaking of which, here's Roland.
And there's yours, Jimmy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we just set up an appointment. I'll show you how to do it.
Oh, thanks,
Roland,
man. Yeah,
come
I'd
in
love
and
to. Thanks,
give me the
Roland.
watch.
Roland, I see you wearing the watch.
Yes, white gloves.
White gloves. White gloves.
Roland held that uncomfortable piece of metal up his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cold.
Who touched my screen?
They did. They set up the.
Oh, they did. Thank you. Okay, cool.
They set up most of the stuff for him.
Yeah, but they're just gonna walk them
Was
through.
it Grease McGillicuddy?
Exactly. Who did this while they're eating KFC? But thank you. I was not expecting this. I thought I was going to have to go to the meeting first.
Oh, no.
Oh, good. I can't wait to try this.
Roland, I hear you're very excited about your Note 3 and your watch.
I am very excited.
But
It's fun.
But none of it works yet.
Not quite.
So why are you wearing the watch if it doesn't work yet?
It does. It's 33 degrees outside.
Oh, you're using it as an
Roland.
actual watch.
He set it up for the weather and
And the time?
Well, that's all I know how to do so far.
But you have to set up your phone.
I tried last night, and I need some white glove help soon.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Roland was walking around all day yesterday just going, white gloves. White gloves. What's white gloves?
You have to be invited to it.
How were we invited?
Through me.
So we owe you now.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, shit.
Suits guests. Suits guests.
What?
He's trying to book the guys from Suits. He's been trying for 2 years.
Not that show.
He loves this show, and he wants us to take the guys from Suits.
Well, let me ask you, would Roland do the interview? I mean, we'll just hang out, but would Roland do the interview?
It's not a bad idea.
I don't know them that well, and I don't want to disrespect them.
We could give you 15 minutes to interview the Suits guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, white gloves, people.
White gloves. White gloves.
Yeah,
So we're part of this white glove service, and they'll hook us up with other products and things.
whatever you guys need.
This is way better than an envelope.
Oh, yeah.
Although I enjoy a nice fat envelope every once in a while.
Nice envelope.
Like the guy said, no envelope.
This seems to be a little more legal than the envelopes that I may or may not receive from time to time.
Yeah, so if anything goes wrong or scratches, they come help you.
Well, I've been a huge Samsung guy for many years now. I started with the One, so that's a few years back now, and I love this Note. I was kind of disappointed he didn't bring the new Samsung 5s, but then I fooled around with the Note a little bit, and I'm all in. I love it.
Yeah, I tried
fucking
the
love
internet.
it.
I tried the Wi-Fi. It's super fast.
Yeah, it's really fast. What I like about the Samsung phones is the media, the video. I mean, I swear to you, I'm not just saying this because I do have iPhones in my house as well. Kicks the iPhone's ass.
Yeah.
The quality of the video and the quality of the pictures. Most of the pictures I throw up on Instagram is just through my dumb phone.
Yeah.
It's better to watch video on. That's for sure. You get like really good video.
Taking the video is
taking
amazing.
the video is
I gave
really
up on
good.
bringing cameras in here a while ago because the Samsung video is pretty damn good. It's pretty close.
Pretty good, damn good.
How do I make the watch fit better? I have little dainty wrists.
Oh no!
I didn't.
little
I
Jimmy.
learned from the White Glove Band. Here's what you
Oh,
do.
you did,
Jimmy. Let's.
Something tells me you had to let it out.
I have to take,
White gloves.
yes, and
Someone's white gloves
there
are
you
a
go.
little bigger than everyone else's.
Right.
yes.
I can still. Words hurt, man.
Sorry.
You are a thick-wristed man, Roland.
I know.
You're
Thick
big
wrists.
boned.
Yeah, Roland
I
has
am.
thick wrists.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're a problem if you want to be.
Yeah, you have good hooker strangling wrists.
Ooh, thank you.
Collapse a trachea with that forearm.
Yeah.
Thank you for making it bigger. No, no, it's great. I put it on my thigh. I have wrists like Adrian from Rocky.
Right. And it has a nice little stylus, which you don't have to use ever.
But it does come in handy for some of those little moves or details.
Right.
Like you could take a picture of yourself and trace around your head and eliminate the background and put it somewhere else. Like there's little photo tricks you could do, which are kind of fun.
Well,
and then the other sub-menu that comes up in the corner for the notepad thing. And it's pretty goddamn cool, I must say.
If you meet someone, you're writing down their number, you could just quickly write it on the note.
Oh, man, yeah.
And then pop it right into contacts immediately.
And it instantly goes to the, typed out
or
shit in your contacts.
I'm trying to remember what Lewis told us. Or you could write an
Your
address
address.
down, like, oh, I have to go to, like, I don't know, 400 Madison here in New York.
So you just write it real quick.
Write it really quick, and then you pop it into Maps.
And
And for Jimmy for the autograph,
And it pops right up. Huh?
For the autographs, with
Yeah,
Jimmy.
that's true. You can take a picture with somebody, and then you take the pen and just sign the screen, and he'll like you could have people autograph your digital pictures. Just kind of weird, but pretty cool. He was showing us a bunch from the NBA yesterday.
It's
and
actually
it was
a pretty cool
it was
idea.
A pretty cool idea.
Until you see them again and get it signed.
Exactly.
It's a cool feature,
That's
though.
what Jimmy does.
Well, digital signatures are taking over the world. We all know that.
Oh boy,
It's the next big thing.
is it?
Yeah.
Is that what everyone's doing?
Yeah, good luck getting it on a baseball. That's what I say.
Regular Joe.
But the
Remember old days.
watch. Now, I said I would never wear a watch, and I think I'm not totally in with the watch, but Lewis was showing us the watch, and it's pretty damn cool. As long as it's pretty close to the phone, you could answer phone calls through your watch. You could receive and answer text messages. You could read your Twitter. What else? You could take pictures off your watch. Be a little secret agent man if you have to be. And I kind of liked it.
Now you got to be careful if you're in the restroom and you see somebody's arm hanging down straight right next to you.
Oh, boy. Click.
Yeah, make sure you give a good presentation.
Yeah, music, too.
Roland, you're still not showing me how to do the watch. All you got to do is just show me how, and I'll do it.
Oh.
And the watch is voice. The picture taking is voice command too, so you can just say capture, and your camera will go off and take a picture, which is pretty cool. So I'm not sold totally on the watch, but I definitely kind of liked playing with it yesterday. It's great for taking phone calls, especially if you're in the car.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry about the cops, the old coppers seeing you on the phone.
Right, and the quality seems really good to talk to the watch.
What are they going to say? Get off your watch?
Yeah,
right.
Get off your watch.
So thank you to Samsung. We don't have to give them a huge fucking infomercial here, but it was pretty cool that Roland got us in this white gloves.
Nice technology.
Or is it white glove service? White gloves or white glove?
White glove.
White glove.
White glove.
I heard white glove. It's like called the white glove treatment.
Yes.
You get the white glove treatment.
Right.
I've never gotten that before.
So.
No.
Like people try to get the phone number, but you can't unless if you're invited.
Jimmy gets the latex glove treatment. Cost extra.
It certainly does. I leave with my hiney cold and wet. Wow.
So.
Very cool, yeah. I love techno shit, man. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I don't know
what.
I don't know.
You can plug the watch in?
Yeah, you got to. Why you don't have battery power on that?
Oh, I don't know if I do or not.
Yeah, you got to charge.
I'm learning how to adjust it.
You definitely got to charge the watch. Like I said, I mean, I'll wear the watch every once in a while. I don't know if I'm going to be a day-to-day watch user. Because the phone itself does everything. You don't need the watch.
Yeah.
It's just a little add-on.
It's kind of good because the phone is large. It's a larger phone.
Right.
So if you don't want to be taking it out of your pocket or you have it in your jacket pocket or something like that, you could just use the watch to text and look at text.
I was checking out the options with the camera and the video. Wow.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
The panorama.
Yeah.
360.
Panorama.
Panorama and the 360 shots are amazing.
Hey, can you face the watch in towards you? Because I think that can the numbers go up and then take selfies with your watch?
I guess if you turn it around.
You have to break your arm. And then
it's not convenient to do that.
This would be your selfie.
Yeah.
You would look like you have cerebral palsy if you're trying to get a selfie. Or you could you could turn it upside down and then it would be facing you.
I don't know though.
It's not the greatest camera on the watch, but it certainly is usable.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh,
I can't hear you because I have no earpieces.
Secret agent.
So you need earpiece.
How do you listen?
Like this.
There's a speaker on it.
You know, I can never have my phone on speakerphone because my conversations all have the potential to shame me.
That's true.
This is nice. I'm going to wear this.
Is it on? Do you get a...
No, I don't.
You don't have a little watch?
I don't turn
thing
watches on.
Oh, right.
Let me see something.
I don't know how to turn it on.
I think
That one.
Your watch isn't on?
No, it's probably got to be plugged in.
maybe the battery.
Did you try turning it on?
No.
I was ready to make a
It's on.
It is on?
There's a circle happening. I'm watching TV on my watch.
There it is. It's saying Samsung. And then you could program in the different faces.
Are you
could use the selection and have different faces for the watch, a regular dial watch or digital, or you just have the time and then the weather. Or time.
33 degrees.
You got time and weather. It's pretty cool. I like it. Oh. Who are you calling?
What?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
What? What are you doing?
I'm getting a call. Hello.
Jimmy, is that you?
Yeah.
I'm calling you from my watch.
Lose my number.
You're supposed to answer it through your watch.
No, you called my iPhone.
Yeah.
My Samsung's not hooked up yet, so the iPhone I couldn't.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, that works.
I wanted you to answer. I wanted you to answer your watch.
But it didn't ring.
Oh, all right.
My watch is broken. It says 9:28 a.m.
Yeah, that
was a problem.
That was what mine said.
They're
too.
not good with time over there at Samsung.
You got to get on the network first.
Yeah.
How do you
Wi-Fi, and then say, "Here's my location." Set by location.
No, I didn't think it was actually broken.
Oh no, I was very upset about that yesterday. It's like it's not 9.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
I like my watch typically just so I get up on time is 2 hours and 22 minutes off or whatever.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All these amazing features, and Ant was obsessed with the fact that
My time.
his time wasn't
The
right.
time wasn't right.
Oh, no.
And then Roland's just walking around with this technology not hooked up.
Upside down.
Saying white gloves all day.
I'll be hooked up soon.
Right, Sam? He was doing exactly that, right?
Yeah, he came in like bragging about it, and we were like, "Oh, what can you do?" And he was like, "Well, it's like a tablet." And we were like, "Oh, but it's a phone." And he goes, "Yeah, but I don't have the phone part hooked up." I go, it's nothing then. Like, if he's like bragging about his watch, but if you scroll through the options, every single one of them you push and it just says not connected to network.
Oh, Christ.
I don't know why he's wearing it.
I don't know either.
It's just to brag.
How do I change the face? I like this.
What?
Through here.
This is like a spaceman watch.
Through the phone.
Do you like the actual watch?
Yeah, it's weird feeling something on my wrist.
watch.
It's been a while since I've worn a watch. That's how I know a picture of me is old. Like if I see a watch.
Yeah.
If I say watch again, hit me in the mouth.
Watch.
I'm saying watch a lot. But I kind of like it.
Yeah. Kind of.
This is what I'm going to do. Ask me a question.
Hey, Jim.
I can't talk right now. I'm looking at the time.
Oh, see? That might mix things up.
I'm practicing my watch talk.
Inconvenient.
This is very nice. I want to learn how to use this stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
That was a fun day.
That's what we did for an hour after the show yesterday.
That was quite enjoyable.
And I didn't even fall asleep.
No.
You know me with after the show meetings. Forget about it.
Yeah,
You can't change the face here?
No, you got to use the actual phone. And then you get little options. It's good. You can go with the dial, different colors.
Oh, you can do it through here.
It's pretty cool. You can?
Yeah, I did it through here.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know how I did it now, but I think maybe you just, let me see.
Roland just got a text message.
Yeah,
so while he's wearing the watch, he had to pull his iPhone out of his pocket.
Oh, see. Because he just has the watch.
Oh, this outdoor.
Is the watch even turned on?
Yes, 30 degrees.
Okay, all right.
That's what he did. He came in, like this morning.
Right.
It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and for some reason Roland's already here. And I walked into the office, and he goes, Sam. I go, yeah, and he goes, outside it's 32 degrees with a chance of snow.
That's snowing.
I don't know how you do it. It's amazing who you know in this town. He knows he's friends with the Cronut guy.
Yeah.
He's coming soon.
I think the Cronut guy's scared of him. Like he sees Roland lurking outside his window like a monster, and he's like,
the relationship is exactly like Kramer and the Soup Nazi. Like the Soup Nazi, everyone was afraid of him. He hated everybody.
Yeah.
And if you ordered wrong, you got thrown out. Like he doesn't even let celebrities go up the line and stuff like that. He's like, no, get back in the line. But then Kramer would just lean against the wall and have chats with him about that. And the Soup Nazi would be like, Kramer, you understand me. That's how you are with the Cronut guy.
Yeah, I understand his pain.
You understand his pain, right?
I don't think the Cronut guy has any friends, really. He has Roland.
Yeah.
It's very strange to me.
He's coming next week to bring you his new cronuts and desserts, the cookie shop.
I hope it's during the week so I can enjoy it because I don't want to miss that. You know,
April
May
1st, he's coming in.
Oh, April 1st. That's you're lying to us.
No.
You're gonna do an April Fool's thing on us.
No, I'm not. That's the day he's coming in.
You know, the word went out to all the radio stations. Did you see that tweet yesterday? Forgot what company, but they all have to warn their radio show hosts about their April Fool's jokes.
Gosh.
And they have to tell the company what they plan on doing for April Fool's, and then they have to.
That was from here?
No, just in the regular radio world. But but we absolutely have a lot to do with that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I can find the tweet.
People get.
They got to approve.
Fired.
They got to approve all radio shows' ideas for April Fools.
April Fool's jokes.
Yeah. One other thing about Roland, which is amazing. Do you have your Phil Jackson jersey yet?
Oh. You mean Michael Vick?
Oh, you went with Michael Vick?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. What happens with Roland, any big sports news in New York City especially, he goes out and gets the jersey immediately, wears it for 2 or 3 days, and then you never see it again.
Why do you wear it?
Because I get high fives in the subway, like, yeah!
Yeah, you're going to get high fives, all right.
Yeah, someone goes, Knicks, I'm like, yeah!
Michael
we're going to do
Vick.
it.
People are going to hate you.
But Roland really doesn't watch any of these sports.
No.
But,
I do enjoy football.
When the Nets moved... Oh, you do enjoy football, you're right. When the Nets moved to Brooklyn, he was in here with a Brooklyn Nets jersey for 2 days.
He had the fucking, what's his name? The
Tebow.
little Asian kid there.
Lynn.
Yeah,
Jeremy
Lynn.
Yeah.
He was part of Linsanity.
For 2 days. It's all about 2, maybe 3 days tops. Yeah. And then where do these shirts and jerseys go?
And I got my Marlon St. Louis gear for the Rangers. Everybody like high-fiving me by the garden because he just got traded.
You just like the attention?
Yeah, like, yeah, woo.
What do you think the Michael Vick jersey will get you, though? I think a lot of people are going to be like, boo, you fucking dog hater.
We should give him a chance, bro. They go, yeah, let's give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
What? I don't know. You guys didn't really watch Olympic hockey, but when Sochi did what he did, he came in here with a Sochi jersey for 2 days, but that's gone now.
That's gone. Doesn't even have it probably.
He was America's hero.
He was he was America's hero for a day, and Roland certainly had the shirt to prove it.
What do you still have the shirts, or you throw them out?
Retired.
It's retired. He retires the jersey up into the rafters, his attic.
But you got the Michael Vick sports page today in the Daily News. Top dog.
Top dog. Get it? Get it? He killed dogs.
Vic says, I think I'm still a starting quarterback, and Rex Ryan says he might just be right, and then it says, top dog.
How old is Mark Sanchez?
Not
Wasn't he
old.
supposed to be the franchise?
Yeah.
Is he 30 even?
In the early 30s.
No.
Is he 30 or 29?
No, man. He's still in his 20s. It has to be. I would guess if I had to.
27.
I was going to say 28. Okay,
But
yeah.
he was the
27.
franchise quarterback, right? And he just
The
didn't.
franchise.
They said that.
Of course they did.
Is he officially on the Eagles?
No.
Oh, okay. Rumor has the Eagles going to pick him up, and I bet you he does really well now that he's out of New York.
What song would he sing if he did?
I don't know. Okay.
There you go. Right.
I know he's not happy that the Jets released them.
No.
But maybe he should just get over it.
Pitching a fit. He should be pitching a football. Right? Get it? Something like that.
I'm surprised you didn't get a Phil Jackson jersey for the Knicks there.
All right.
Well, he's in the front office. They don't sell.
Front office guy. They don't
That's
sell.
anything.
Just get a suit jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, come in with a suit
jacket on.
Yeah, for a day.
Yeah, fucking
It's Roland's thing, though. He loves fitting in with fellow New Yorkers
support the team
on the subway to get high fives for a day. You're a weird. You're a weirdo when you go down to get your cronut.
Delicious.
I was talking about him on the way home. He gets things done, though. This Roland.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you do
He's
it.
big on that. He's big on getting things done.
You're well connected, sir.
Ooh.
Way more connected than maybe we should be. We don't know anybody after all these years.
No, we should have.
I don't know
what happened.
anyone.
Everyone we knew had to shun us.
Yeah, I don't have any of these big connections like Roland has.
You have to be shunned.
If I want a cronut, I have to go through Roland.
Right.
I can't just call the cronut guy myself.
And you've been there. And
Dude, I went down there
hung
once.
out.
Let me tell you something. I mean, the cronut is excellent. I've had it a couple times. But, it doesn't do his place justice.
No.
It's more than just the cronut.
There
That's
is
his book.
so much good stuff going on in that place. I mean, it's a great place to, bring your woman. Maybe she's celebrating
Romantic.
something. You get a little table in the back and get a sample of all his desserts. They're amazing.
Yeah, he's a number 4 baker in the world.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Who the hell's number?
Yeah, let's get the other
Come on,
three.
Greg.
What are we doing number 4?
They're overseas.
Greg Opie Hughes, number 1.
Ooh, am I?
They're all overseas.
I can't
You think he looks at the wiki and he's like, oh, number 4.
Is he the number 1 baker in the country?
Yeah.
But he doesn't make money still.
He sells out of everything.
But he should just say fuck it and make 10,000 cronuts a day.
Only
until
200 cookies. That's it.
He's only going with 200 cookies. Are they lining up for the cookies now?
At 10 a.m. they lined up, and there's already, he said Friday was like 2,000 people.
Enzo was number
He
1.
said,
I think,
I
right?
have just 200 cookies.
Do you guys understand how hard that is to have a bake shop and then have people lining up every day still? It's been over a year for the cronut,
And the
right?
funny part is, one of his mentors who taught him when he first came to New York has a bakery shop like 4 blocks away, and the line goes around it every day.
It goes around it.
Past his mentor.
So now you wait online for the cookie thing and the cronut?
Yeah, 2 different times.
The cookie thing is a shot glass made out of chocolate chip cookie, and then they pour milk in it.
His own milk infused. It was vanilla.
What do you mean his own milk? What is he
gets
doing?
on the farm. He has they make the milk just for him.
What's different about his milk?
It's so delicious.
Got vanilla in it.
Yeah.
What?
It's infused with vanilla.
Yeah, his cows are treated pretty well.
So when are we going to try this stuff?
April 1st.
You're lying. April 1st is the April Fool's Day thing.
I know, but he's coming in the April 1st. To
I
bring
bet he's
in,
not.
I think he's just setting us up for a big April Fool's
and
prank.
he only sells the cookies at 3 p.m.
Someone's going to come in with Entenmann and
That's
Ew, those are pedestrian foods.
I love a good Entenmann's chocolate chip cookie, though. I do. You give me an Entenmann's chocolate chip cookie, and I can't think of anything I'm going to do, but I enjoy them. I'm happy.
People are confused. Like, someone tweeted a picture that I found it finally, and it was Entenmann's, but it was the donuts. No, man, it's the classic Entenmann's coffee cake I love.
No fancy coffee cake, no chocolate swirl, none of the just fucking coffee cake.
Not double crumbs and all that other crap they've done. It's
I think
just
you have to special order those.
the original basic coffee cake.
You can't find them?
So good.
It's hard to find because they had to fancy it up, and like Ann said, there's chocolate drizzle on it now, or double crumb and caramel.
That's what the parents used to get when they went over to company. Go over to company's house.
Right.
Get that coffee cake.
Or a nice babka.
That was I used to do a lot of skiing, and I would always get like Entenmann's classic coffee cake and eat.
Good.
I'm not even exaggerating, half of it in the morning.
Yourself?
Just keep cutting off slices and just keep going. Can't stop myself with that.
So good.
I actually want to open a bakery and compete with this guy because I think that he does things that I would have probably done years ago, and I think I've just moved past him.
Yeah.
Because he stole my idea basically. Because I had the idea for the cookie.
The cookie.
Yeah, but it's called the lima beaner, and it's
See, that you might have made a mistake there.
because lima beans are very mashable, and
lima beans are hats.
No, I mash lima beans into a semicircle, and I fill them with milk, and I allow it to curdle for 5 days outside, and then you can drink the lima bean mash.
The curdled lima bean.
Are they
mash.
lining up for that, Jimmy?
I haven't sold it yet. I just want to eat them all myself. They're so delicious.
Tasty.
So he gets 2 lines every day now.
Yeah.
He gets the cronut line in the morning. Like people are lined up right now, right?
Yeah, around 4:30 in the morning they line up.
Come on.
Seriously, yeah.
Till what time?
And then he opens his door
No,
at
when's the last cronut sold? About
9:30, 10 a.m.
So,
an hour and a half at last, maybe.
And he only sells how many cronuts?
If you don't know, 2 per person.
But how many?
300 he's up to now.
Oh, so he's moving the number up slightly?
Well, he has a 24/7 crew that goes 24/7.
He's not making enough money, you know. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts and all these other places that ripped him off are making a shitload off his invention.
But they're not as
Fuck is
good.
art.
But people don't care. It's good enough for them, and they're making so much money.
Yeah, but he trademarked the Corona name. He owns it.
But he's got to figure out a better way to make money off this thing.
Yeah, I know.
He probably makes enough money on. He's got to make money on something.
Yeah, I mean,
he does well. The bakery does extremely well, but
yeah,
how much could a bakery make in the end?
Everybody wants him to go bigger, and he won't.
Right.
He goes,
yeah, but his shelf life, he's going to go away eventually, and then what does he have? He didn't make the money when he had a chance to make it.
He's creating a new dessert soon.
Another new one.
Another new one.
See,
which one's going to be the flop?
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah, snow pea extravaganza. Yeah, it's a chocolate bar with snow peas hammered into it.
He hasn't so far, though. He did a Christmas cereal was a hit.
What was that one?
So why doesn't he get a company that, you know, get some of this in the supermarkets?
He said the quality. He won't do it.
He's an idiot.
I think
he's got to have one.
I like the guy. I met him a bunch of times. He's such a nice guy, but
business sense.
It seems like he could be just, you know, cashing it in.
He doesn't care about the money. He said.
Wow.
He just wants the quality.
He's penny wise and dollar foolish.
Yes.
And then the chocolate chip shot glass milk thing. That line starts at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh no, that line starts at 10 a.m.
Right after the cronut thing is done.
The line starts wrapping around.
That's amazing.
I walk past the line. And I go, ooh, bye, people.
Right.
And I go, enjoy my delicious treats.
Wow. Very good.
Celebratory treats.
What are you celebrating?
That I could walk past the line.
That's good.
Vicious cycle.
All right.
But he's bringing a Nutella bread for you guys, too. It's delicious.
What's that?
It's having Nutella in his special bread.
He makes bread with Nutella in it?
Yes.
It's like a marble rye?
Better.
Is he ripping off the Nutella
Like that.
people, or is he making his own Nutella?
Bag?
He makes his he adds extra stuff in the Nutella.
Oh, okay.
It's delicious.
No, that's not good. My bread is better.
Oh, what is it, Jim?
I bake bread and I put raw roast beef in it.
All right. Then what?
I curl it into a baseball, and you're supposed to play catch with it and harden it, and then you eat it.
You're a terrible chef.
You don't like my roast beef bread ball idea?
No.
All right, we're going to take our first break.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll do some other things.
Certainly.
Yes.
Watch the sniper, time to pay the piper, and let that real shit provoke. See you don't wanna be low, then you'll get smoked. Then I hope that your fans understand.
Easy A, right?
Hell yeah.
The same records that you're making is playing me. Motherfuck Dre, motherfuck
NWA a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know much about him at the time. And then we learned recently, Eazy-E wasn't even meant to rap, really.
Real motherfucking G's.
Remember Ice Cube telling us that?
Yeah.
Was it Ice Cube? It was Ice Cube, right?
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
All the confidence in the world. Yeah.
That's the best part of it.
I know. Hey, Ice Cube. You're Ice T. Fuck. Fuck me. 19 years ago, we lost the Eazy-E.
Wow.
He would have He would have only been 50 years old.
Damn.
Jeez. He would be an old OG, though.
He'd be an OG.
Right.
He'd probably be on one of those fucking CSI shows.
Something, right?
Whatever the fuck. Yeah.
He'd be on Dance with the Stars.
Yeah, something like that.
Are you kidding? What else happened? Oh, remember that Heaven's Gate thing?
Marshall Whiteapple or no?
Yeah, right?
It was, right?
I'm guessing.
They found the bodies of the 39 Heaven's Gate members 17 years ago. Were those the Nike guys?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. That was them.
And they had to put a thing over their heads, too. Didn't they have to put some kind of...
Yeah.
What was it? Some kind of blue cloth or some kind of...
But it was purple.
Purple,
Yeah,
right.
yep.
What was it, though? A purple blanket?
Yeah, I think
or...
it was a purple blanket.
Yeah, they had to put purple blankets on their heads as well or something.
Yeah.
And what, they were waiting for the spaceship behind the comet?
Yeah, Hellbop.
Hellbop.
Oh, that's right.
Hellbop.
I haven't thought about this stuff in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think radio stations did do that.
Yeah.
What'd they do?
Little parody.
I think they did Hellbop
Hellbop.
instead of Bop. I think Anthony's right. I vaguely remember something like that. And then the Mike Tyson guy went to prison for 6 years for rape 22 years ago.
Wow.
How many years did he serve? I think he served 3, right? If I remember my readings. That Mike Tyson book, we haven't talked about it in a while. What an amazing book if you're looking for something to read.
That shit insane.
Incredibly honest in his book.
By the way, Eric's telling me that Todd did a Hellbop song.
He did.
Yeah.
Todd?
Yeah.
Of course.
Can we find it?
He says he doesn't have the clip, but he remembers him.
Well,
boy.
how about we find it? It's
Maybe
topical
we can
today.
find it.
How is the Todd Show doing? We haven't checked in a while.
It's probably really good, though. I've not heard it, but I hear it's amazing.
We might have to check in soon. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd like to see what they're doing.
Should we check in soon?
What the heck?
We should.
I know Scott Shannon's just kicking ass for CBS FM.
CBS.
Leaving him alone.
Oh, yeah. He's a good egg.
We've turned the corner on Scott Shannon.
Yeah.
Nothing but support for him. But let's take a look at the Todd Show soon. Maybe tomorrow or Friday.
We've given him some time to settle in.
You're right. Remember that April Fool's thing that I just said about regular radio?
Yeah.
So it's our old pal Rover Radio on Twitter. He writes, Saf Keith, I think his name is, sent this early April Fool's joke to all shows.
Oh.
And then he writes, he tweets, he says, don't worry, our gunman Lucette station bid is still on. And what the management sent is this to Rover and a lot of other
Who did
radio
Rover write that
shows.
to?
He just tweeted it.
Oh.
He's pissed, you could tell. Good for Rover. Still fighting the good fight on regular radio.
Trying.
So this guy, Keith Abrams, Cleveland Radio, all talent. So they own a whole bunch of stations up there in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So this went out to their entire...
all the air staff.
All the air staff, thank you, man. It says
producers and everybody.
Everybody.
Right.
Folks, just a reminder that with April 1st, 1 week away, all April Fool's bits must be cleared with your PD before anyone would execute. Thanks, Keith Abrams.
We hear it.
And there you have it.
Hi, we'd like to do something.
Then again, I think we had a lot to do with this. I think
You had everything to do with it.
Yikes.
But that was the fun of April Fools. You would try to sneak one past your audience and your program director. You never told the program director what you were doing.
He would fuck it up.
Always, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just came up with the idea and did it.
Right. When we did the mayor's prank, almost, I guess, 16 years coming up in a week.
Wow.
You know, remember Dave Douglas coming in. Sam, you might want to listen to this. You love Dave Douglas stories.
Dave.
We started the mayor's prank. It's going really well.
Yeah.
And then Dave, in a panic, comes running in. It's like, you go on the air and tell him this is an April Fool's joke. Me and Anthony look at each other like, yeah, all right, man. Yeah, we got a few songs to play. Don't you worry about it. And he goes, okay, you're going to do it, right? I'm like, yeah.
He believed you?
Yes.
You guys were buddies?
Another half hour goes by, and we really hammer the bit home by having a fake news report from one of my old buddies. Yeah. That I don't think I've ever named on the show because I protected his fucking career. And then he comes running in again. I thought, Dave, we're going to do it. We got this. Relax. And then right to sign off, it was time. And I think he was at the door.
Yeah, he was very angry.
And at sign off, we're like, well, keep listening to the station because to see what the latest is on this, and we never said
You just lied to him.
Let it hang there. Yeah.
All the cold stares we got.
You believe that dummy tried to run in and would have saved your jobs?
I know,
what
right?
an idiot.
That asshole.
Oh no, it's the best thing we ever did.
Thank God.
We needed out of there
Hindsight.
to become big radio stars.
Oh yeah.
What did he say at the end of the show?
I wish I completely remembered. I know we got a good talking to.
Oh yeah.
Guys. But then it ended up pretty much our last show. We were allowed to come back the next day before it got real ugly.
Then it just was really
We always
bad.
get to do that, the show after the bad show.
Because they're not sure what's going on yet.
And then everyone got pissed at us that we kind of blew up our spot and left.
Yeah.
So we had a good thing going up there with the radio station.
Whatevs. That's what I say. Whatevs.
Fuck yeah.
Well, they weren't paying us. Remember, I kept going to those guys, going, "Look, we're ready to be syndicated," and they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, watch what we do next."
What do we do now?
We already had meetings in New York.
Hell yeah.
On the QT. We knew exactly what we were doing
down here already.
Right. So, all right, man.
Yeah.
That was after the big negotiation where Bruce Mittman slid the paper over to show us that he was going to give us, I think it was a $2,000 raise or something.
Oh, yeah, look out.
Even though our competition, who we were kicking everyone's ass, they were making like, what, 3 or 4 times more than us?
At least.
And this asshole, and I love him dearly, I was just thinking about him yesterday, actually pushes the little paper over to show us our raise at a Chinese buffet.
Like they do in the movies.
And Anthony, God bless you.
I just started laughing.
Just laughs in his face, because usually that would have been my job, and it was like, you got to be shitting me.
Like, oh, really? I just started laughing.
Then I'm like, all right,
ridiculous.
we now know what we have to do. And then Dave Douglas had to separate me and Ant. He knows I'm extremely competitive, so he separates me from Ant to go, it's too bad that, you guys aren't going to sign because, doing so well against BCN and everything. Be a real shame.
He's such a dick.
What a fucking loser. And then we had to sign because we didn't have anything officially yet. And then April Fool's came around and we said, all right, there's the door.
There you go.
We're going to go out in style. But then we told the boys in New York, we're like, good news. We're no longer under contract with those guys.
Yeah.
But remember, they didn't want to touch us at first. And we're like, oh, fuck.
Like, you lay
what
low.
do we do? And they're like, we got to lay low a little bit to see how this fucking plays out.
Yeah.
And then, long story short, we had 2 radio stations here in New York that wanted us, and they sort of fought over us for a little while. That was kind of nice.
That works.
And now, fast forward, and
we're here.
No one even gives a fuck about us around here.
Nice little...
I do.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Sam.
Like you said, no one gives a fuck.
How dare you?
It's implying you're no one.
But
I know.
Accurately.
What I do find strange is they don't care if we have really good shows or really bad shows. They just don't care.
No.
I guess it's because people are already signed up or something. I don't know.
It's a product that we're giving to the people that are already, signed up.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
I tried to suggest some stuff for L.A., but that's just not gonna happen. I live in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Good luck.
Yeah, just not going.
Keep up your good nature.
So regular radio, they can't do April Fool's pranks. Or anyway, they can't do the good ones. We weren't the only ones that did a good April Fool's prank.
No, there's
you would always hear from a radio station here and there that did an amazing April Fool's prank that got everyone in a panic or
got
talking.
everyone rattled up.
You're just not going to get that ananymore.
What was some of them April Fool pranks?
Oh, God, bring Eric in. He would probably know all of them.
The tunnels flooded.
Oh, yeah, the tunnels flooded.
UFO.
No, volcano was a big
volcano.
Like the town had a volcano that was about to erupt that no one knew about, and it was always whatever hill is in your little town, whatever it's called.
Ronnie B had such a good one last year. That was a good one.
What? What did he do?
He got on the air live, but presented the entire thing as a best of. Had Eastside Dave in, the whole thing. It sounded like an old show. And he kept bringing up things that listening in hindsight, it's like, oh my God, that does wind up happening. Like naming who won the Super Bowl and things like that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
because he was live.
Right.
It was really
I got to go and listen to that.
Great idea. Yeah, I listened to it. It's really good.
Oh, I got to check that out.
No, Chip.
We can't do that
now.
now.
Do it now. It's...
I just said it.
Oh, Chip is the worst. It's so embarrassing.
I did a good trick last year.
For what?
Apple Falls.
Oh, okay. Thought so.
I put mud in everyone's coffee cup. Look, it's coffee.
Did they drink it?
Apple Falls.
He never gives an answer. He just says April Fouls.
You don't think he's good at it?
No. All of his April Fouls things suck.
Yeah.
No one would fall for him.
Let's say hi to Maddie, looks like, in Georgia. Maddie.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Maddie. Oh, I know you. You call from time to time. What's up?
Well, back in 1997, when I was living in Florida, the gunman in the studio, April Fool's joke, Bubba the Love Sponge did that when he was working at the Power Pig 93.3.
Did what?
The gunman in the studio, where a gunman supposedly came in and shot him and killed him.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
All right, I respect that.
That's a brutal one.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
Too bad it wasn't true.
I don't know where we're at with Bubba the Love Sponge these days, but, you know, the guy definitely had a few good bits over the years.
Yeah, I like that.
You guys have a good day. Thanks.
I got him so bad on Twitter a few months back.
That was
My fucking hook, line, and sinker.
That was a good one.
I tweeted something like, "Hey man, you know, DM me. I gotta talk to you." And he was all excited on Twitter that we were finally gonna talk. And he basically, it
was about what, coming here or something?
No, I didn't say any of that. I just said
no, but
I just wanted to talk to you.
He thought,
and he was so excited. He started following me, and then I just wrote, "Hey man, when are you gonna fucking DM me?" You know, and then he tweets, "I DM'd you. What's going on?" Then he had to admit to all his fan base that I just fucking got him bad. I don't even hate the guy. I've never even met the guy, to be honest with you. Whatever. Let's say hi to Bobby in Kentucky. Bobby.
Hey boys.
Hey, yo.
Before we get to checking in on the Todd show, let's see what the boys are doing at WAAF with Elmo. I want an explanation, please.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
Oh, it's just a little bit that
well,
did plus Elmo. I don't know.
Who met Elmo?
Huh?
You guys met Elmo?
Well, sure we did. Yeah, we did.
It was a different time.
Sam, do you have that?
It was a different
Is it good?
time.
People in my house don't understand why I would post these things. They're like, why would you do this to yourself? I don't know why. It's from Real Rock TV back in, I think, 98, 97.
Fuck yeah.
When we were doing a little TV show through the radio station, and we actually were trying to write bits and stuff. And this is the clip I've been trying to find for a while. I have every Real Rock TV show on VHS.
Where was this?
I don't know. I'm trying to think whose house this was.
Paneling.
It might have been like Ian's house. The cameraman / producer of Real Rock TV. And it opens up with
Elmo.
A shot of Elmo. Do you really want to see this?
More than I want to take my next breath.
I really think Rich Voss should be here. It's only fair.
Well, you know, but we have it up. I love Voss, and I want Voss for everything, but I don't want to wait for Rich.
All right.
I want to enjoy this.
I'll tweet it, by the way, so you can see it yourself. I'll tweet it right.
Have you seen it
right
yet?
now?
No, this is not going to be good.
You don't think so?
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't click it last night.
You didn't click it?
No.
It was just too much.
Did your wife ask why you do this stuff? Like why?
Oh yeah, she heated up. She got really
She got embarrassed for it.
Oh yeah. And it just makes me very happy.
She didn't think it was a good clip?
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. I'm tweeting it right now, so my Twitter's Opie Radio.
Yikes.
All right, go ahead.
Sammy!
Okay.
It's Elmo.
Oh, hi, it's Opie and Anthony. We're hanging out with Elmo this afternoon, watching a little...
Gotta explain. We already started beating up Elmo. A couple elbows and fists to the head.
Yeah.
All you see is me and Elmo right now because Ant's working Elmo.
I think someone punched it, and now Elmo is sitting next to Blythe Danner.
And people don't believe me. Last night, just before I decided to call it a day, I tweeted this and said, all right, I am turning off my Twitter, and I'm now hiding, so have fun with this clip. I don't even know what they tweeted. Maybe I'll go back and read some of them later and whatever. And I got a Newbury Comics T-shirt on, man.
Look at you, man. Because not only are you cool, but you're local.
That's right.
It's in Boston.
That's right.
Oh, hi, it's Opie and Anthony. We're hanging out with Elmo this afternoon, watching a little TV.
Elmo?
Elmo?
Yes?
Are you having fun?
Oh, I can go.
Showing the mic in his face.
Oh, don't do that to Elmo no more.
What'd you say?
Shoving the mic in his mouth.
Oh.
It's very abusive.
Anyways, we're teaching Elmo some new, words this afternoon, like stinkfist.
Stinkfist. Stinkfist. I learned a new word, Elmo.
Pause that.
Stinkfist.
Anthony's lips are moving.
Yeah, they certainly were. Oh boy!
I will say
but that's not our fault.
No,
they should have taken care of that in post.
In post,
yeah.
right.
With a bowling ball or a fist. So far, this is not bad though, because you're shoving the mic in his face. It's okay.
We're being mean to him.
Yeah,
oh, that's the bit.
That's all right.
We're gonna torture Elmo for the day.
Yeah,
that's the bit. Torture Elmo for the day.
Torture Elmo, right?
Oh, it's not bad so far. All right, so let's move on.
Honestly, no.
So we should move on, I guess.
I want to see the rest, but I mean, so far.
But you're saying it's not bad, so we don't need it.
I didn't like the punching, but the fact that you're asking questions and then just shoving the mic in his face obnoxiously, like, all right, I can live with that.
Okay.
What else are you gonna do with it? It's a fucking puppet.
You know, we might as well keep playing it because so far we're doing good.
Stinkfist. Stinkfist. I learned a new word, Elmo learned stinkfist.
Hey, Elmo, you want to play with me and Anthony today?
What are we gonna play?
We thought we'd start with Chernobyl.
Oh, that's a fun game for Elmo. How you play?
Follow us. We'll show you, okay?
Oh, we're playing Chernobyl.
All right, we're going to go play Chernobyl with Elmo.
Hey,
Elmo, you want to play
the couch?
Chernobyl?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
do you want to play Chernobyl?
What?
I thought you were going to stay on the couch.
No, why would we do that?
You went somewhere? All right, are you going to play Chernobyl?
Well, Chernobyl was, hot back then,
Ah,
so
really?
to speak.
Yes.
It was a big story, so we figured we'd work it into our Elmo bit. What's wrong with that, Jim Norton?
Nothing at all, actually.
Okay, so far so good.
Where
right?
are you? What location is this?
I don't know. I don't even remember.
Okay.
I don't remember this.
I don't know whose house this is. It wasn't mine or Anthony's, that's for sure. Not that we were living any better than wood paneling.
I didn't have any cool wood paneling
Right.
like that at the
I think I would have liked wood paneling back then.
the fucking Brazilian condo complex I was living in. The Haitian fucking... Oh, my God.
All right.
Chernobyl.
All right, we're going to go play Chernobyl with Elmo.
Yeah.
Hey, Elmo, you want to play Chernobyl?
Yeah,
do you want to play Chernobyl?
No, I don't want to play no more. It looked very scary.
Oh, it's not going to be scary. It's going to be fun.
It actually made me
I
laugh.
kind of like how you hit him with the microphone.
The way you're presenting him with the microphone is making me laugh.
Oh,
You
good.
Clunked him in the
you
face.
just smash it in his face and then put it in his mouth so he can answer.
Being very abusive with the microphone. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be scary. It's going to be fun. We're going to have lots of fun today.
No, I'm afraid of the closed-in places.
Don't
Put me in there, no.
Don't worry about it.
I don't want to go. I don't want to.
And get him in there.
Come on,
Get him in there. Get him in there. Get him in there.
Keep Elmo out. It's very
That's
scary.
very believable. Trying to shove Elmo in the microwave.
Ventriloquist. No, it's okay, Elmo. We'll just, put it in for 10 minutes will be fun.
No, it's much too long. I know. No. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm hurting.
I see Elmo in the microwave. Helplessly. Us whistling, waiting for the 10 minutes. Showing time going by, right?
Yeah.
That was fun, Elmo, right? Look, he had fun.
I don't want it.
Now we take Elmo out of the microwave.
Oh,
after 10 minutes.
Elmo, wasn't that fun?
Oh, there was no fun at all.
You'll be okay.
What is he?
It's a brown towel now.
brother man.
Oh, he's just burnt up.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wow, what happened?
You gotta go back a little bit.
No,
I missed
no,
I missed something. That's just a towel? I don't like this part of it.
Why?
That much. I don't know. I didn't mind you putting him in the microwave. Right. I'm okay with that. I would have liked it better if you had actually had a a real Elmo spray painted black or brown like you got burned. I could live with that.
True.
But a brown towel, you petting him is lazy.
We only had
one Elmo, though.
Okay.
And we had to do other things with him.
Okay.
Because we had a big finish in mind, and maybe you should go in a time machine and help us out with the bit, too.
Yeah, because
it's a little too late now.
So far, it's not terrible. I don't mind.
You guys were talking, though. I didn't hear what Ope said when
I didn't either.
Elmo came out of the microwave.
I didn't either.
You better not ruin my vodka.
Oh, boy.
What's the vodka?
I know. Brother Man vodka. I'm still thinking about it.
No.
My first product.
There was no fun at all.
You'll be okay.
You're not gonna stand me.
No, you got a tan, brother man.
Jimmy, what?
Oh, my face is ticklish.
Why? Because you have the giggles?
Well, that's not why at all, actually.
I was just trying to, be cool. So we were working at a very young station, so I figured if I had a little lingo to me,
brother man,
people would think I'm younger than I was.
Brother man.
It kind of rhymes. It kind of flows off the tongue nicely.
It does rhyme.
Go uptown and say that to people. Got a tan, brother man.
How about
push in the face?
Well, you guys are gonna be surprised when I sell a shitload of those T-shirts.
Oh,
you got a tan?
I would wear it,
dude.
I would wear that on television if you saw that shirt.
You got a tan, brother man.
You don't have no idea. I would wear that daily.
It's all about the font. If I could come up with a good font, I think that shirt would do well.
Yes, invisible ink.
All right, we're done. That's good.
No, let's watch it. I want to see I have to see where it goes now. You pull the brown towel out.
Right.
All right, Elmo, it's time for a new game. This one's really easy. We're going to play Drive-By Elmo.
Oh, that sounds like fun. What's that?
All you have to do is sit right over here and wave to all your friends that drive by,
What are you wearing on your head?
Sit right there and just wave.
That's all.
I can't see the hats.
Well, we're playing a character now.
Uh-oh.
What character?
Well, we're like gangbangers.
Oh,
That's
all
who
right.
you are? Yeah.
Okay, is that
That's
what
how gangbangers
All
dressed
right.
back then.
Okay.
Don't you hear the song? The
Yeah.
song brings it all together.
Gangster's Paradise.
Duh.
I thought you were doing a Michelle Pfeiffer movie. What was that movie she did?
Yeah.
Oh,
she played the teacher. This was the theme song.
Walking through
Minds. Where her accent was in and out the whole film.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This is painful.
Gangsters tuck their T-shirts into their jeans?
I don't think so.
Into their mom jeans?
Yeah.
Anyone else knows how
mom jeans.
big the jeans are?
So far, though, this is disappointing. It's not as horrendous as I'd hoped. There's only one so far fairly awful moment.
Which was what?
Brother Man?
Yeah, the kid coming out of the thing, you pet a brown towel.
There's probably a lot more doucheness.
Well, now they're playing
We
gangsters.
should have added eyes to the towel in hindsight.
Yeah.
We probably should have figured out some kind of eyes on the towel.
Now they're playing Gangster's Paradise with their shirts tucked into their jeans.
Yeah,
Look,
I would
we
say
didn't
that's
have-
not consistent.
We didn't have a wardrobe budget.
None.
Just untuck your shirt.
No. It was all about the tuck back there.
You don't like a tucked-in shirt?
The tuck made you look cool.
It did?
Yep.
I knew it had to be something.
All right.
All you have to do is sit right over here and wave to all your friends that drive by, okay?
Sit right there and just wave.
That's all it is.
That's all there is.
Come on down here.
Oh, I see. They're bandanas.
I can do this.
You just sit
I
there,
did a
Elmo.
pretty good Elmo
There
impression.
you go.
I like the
Oh,
impression.
this is gonna be fun. Oh, here come some of my friends. Hi, Marie. Hi, Gordon. Hello. Oh, look, there's my school bus. Hello. Oh, who's this coming? Hi.
Good special effects, though.
Gordon 50-187 on Sesame Street. Someone bust a cap in Elmo's ass. Oh, that hurt. Oh.
Oh, boy.
You know, that was the drive-by was you sit him on the steps, and then there's two guys that drive by suspiciously that look like you guys.
And it's, is that your old car?
Nah, I
Whose
forgot
car
whose
was
car
that?
I think it was Ian's.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just some old shitty car.
Yeah.
And Ant's driving like he's way down very.
Oh, yeah. That's fucking.
Yeah.
It was believable, right?
It is actually fairly believable.
Yeah.
Although Anthony's too swarthy. Yeah. Can we go back? I want to see
No,
them.
it's all right.
I want to see them again.
You don't have to go back.
I want to see what the guys look like in their gang outfit.
Oh, here come some of my friends. Hi, Marie.
All right.
Hi, Gordon.
Okay,
Hello.
we heard this part.
Oh, look, there's my school bus.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Oh, who's this coming?
Pause. Yeah, Opie's in the back seat. Anthony's driving. Essay! And Opie has the gun in the back. They're each wearing red and blue, which I wish you had shot this in L.A. So you both would have fucking hits out on you.
Right.
Wow, okay.
All right.
Man, we added the gunshots later.
Oh, is that not
pretty impressive, right? Little post.
I like the way you're moving your arms out to show that the gun is shaking.
Yeah. Where did we get a gun? I didn't have any guns in Massachusetts.
Now, Elmo, wasn't that drive-by fun?
No, that hurt, Elmo.
Well, we got one more game to play with you this afternoon.
No more games.
No, it's a ride. Everything will be okay.
Yeah, it's just like Disneyland, Elmo.
No, Elmo loves Disneyland.
Yeah.
Okay, a ride is fun. A ride will be fun.
All right, follow Anthony.
Okay, come
I hope he's mugging for the camera.
I don't know why you did that.
Well, I did that because, let me take you inside the bit a little bit. We were able to convince Elmo that, he's going to go on a fun ride. So I was very happy that we were able to convince him. I had to show, I had to break down the fourth wall and show the people, oh my God, he's buying this.
So you're kind of like secretly winking at the audience.
Right.
But that wasn't necessarily a wink.
Yeah, this was before other real TV shows broke down the fourth wall. We were the first.
Cutting edge.
We understood breaking down the fourth wall for people.
Absolutely.
I don't like that face.
You're saying it was lacking some of the subtlety that a wink has?
Yeah, I think so. It was,
Right, I just, you got to be bigger than life when you're on TV.
No, on camera, in theater you do, but on camera you're kind of like, the camera catches everything. So you could have just winked or just put a small thumbs up would have sufficed. But can I see this again?
You sure? That would have showed the excitement?
Yeah. We could have just smiled at the camera as you walk by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
What about the thumbs up? And then a little hop.
And then the hop skip into a circle around.
Right. Well, I had to now, walk away from the camera.
Good thing Elmo didn't
to
see
set up
you.
the next scene.
What's hanging out of your pocket?
What the hell's going on there?
I used to fucking put hats in my back pocket or something. I don't know. What is that?
I don't know. It looks like a dish towel. And then you smile, like you turn around, but you kind of smile and hop wrong. Like, yep, here we go. Time to catch it.
Here we go.
Here's the big
Satin
finish.
jacket.
Here's the big finish of the Elmo bit.
Let her rip.
It's on a piece of wood. People waving goodbye. And see, it's a wood chipper.
What's that?
There's Elmo. And his head.
Poor Elmo.
See, he got, and we. And then, let's see, because.
Can we see? I want to see at the end.
What? But
the
what?
The faces at the end that you guys. I didn't see the face like you guys are like celebrating the victory.
We're laughing. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Did you catch that, Sam? They're celebrating the victory.
Yeah, like they were like laughing,
That's
like,
good.
well, holy shit! Can you believe
what a bit?
We convinced that puppet to go into the.
Well, Elmo came apart. See, it's just pretty much his upper body is left.
Right.
His waist and his legs are gone.
It's a wood chipper.
Yeah, the wood chipper really
Elmo laughs.
pulled him apart.
Let me see that again.
And then look, we're laughing hysterically.
I know.
Can you believe what happened?
Just celebrating the madness of the bit.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Can't believe we pulled this off.
Utter insanity.
Yeah, right?
Now, at the time, the Elmo doll was the number one.
Well, we had to do something.
So to run it through a wood chipper, people were like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, I forgot about that part.
That wasn't a tickle me Elmo though. That was just
Didn't matter.
No, that Elmo, I remember it was hard to even get one for the bit. Oh, that's right. That's why we did that, because then people were mad, like, you know how hard these are to get?
Oh, you ran it through a chipper.
Oh, I forgot about that angle. That helps it a little bit.
Opie is squatting and pointing, like, really, like, oh my god, and Anthony is kind of looking down into his arm, the way Sergeant Barnes laughed when O'Neill made the Jewish crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pointing at the puppet, like, look at that dumb puppet.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
Let's see. Let me see the face again.
Oh, we saw it already.
I didn't see the faces.
It's,
I like the celebratory mugging. Elmo's on the ground, and then the...
That was not fun at all!
That was not fun
I don't
at
know
all.
why. Like there's a celebration, but then there's the moment where you look away, and then you look back like,
Jerry loves these.
more than I love anything.
I know.
Did you pump it up a little bit?
Yeah, but I was doing a whole bunch of things, and then assuming that the editor would maybe help us out a little bit in post.
I'm sure he did.
It probably was worse.
Yeah, that was.
I was just giving a few different reactions. I didn't think he would use all of them.
That's not the worst thing I've seen. It's there's a couple of
I remember
moments,
it was. I remember at the time Bruce Mittman, our GM, loved this fucking
he
particular
loved that
bit.
one.
Would always refer to it.
Yep.
Until our last day at AF, he always went back to this thing.
You're genius.
Well, what are you gonna do? It's too bad no one has a comment on the phone. So,
No one does?
Nope.
Cool.
Do you like this better or worse than sneaking into the boss's office to get the tickets?
Oof.
That was worse.
That might be the worst one.
Yeah, by anyone ever. This is not great. But there's a couple. It's like there's some funny stuff in it.
I got a new one I'll post tonight. I think I'm gonna post one a day for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I got another one that's brutal.
What's
this
that
isn't
one?
as bad.
What's the brutal one?
It's How to Pick Up Girls at a Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Opie and Anthony.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
we'll let you know.
One a day.
Is it a little uncomfortable?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure there's enough interest to post? Not one person on the phone wants to talk about this?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the phone's a buster. Oh, I guess there might be one. Chris in Jersey. Chris.
Hi, hello?
Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, I'm just trying to listen to the show. My radio crapped out. You can put me back on hold if I'm interrupting.
But it says you're... All right. See, no one wants to say anything.
Yeah.
He was the only guy on the phone?
Well, I mean, I don't like people stating the obvious. Come up with something that's not as obvious. Go ahead, sir, in Georgia.
Hey, Opie, nice Dorothy Hamill haircut.
Dorothy Hamill. Wow.
I think Dorothy Hamill had a shorter do.
A little more of a bob.
I thought you were going to go with the Prince Valiant. That's the
Prince Valiant?
That's the one.
No, beautiful, man. I laughed my ass off last night. Good job.
I don't think he was laughing with us, though.
No, I don't think he was either.
Let me say hi to Doug in Hoboken. Doug.
I can't believe you two guys have fuck you money.
Well, you live and learn.
That was...
The next time you do something, you get a little better.
You're looking at it from where we are now.
Right.
See, back then, we were just, starting the whole rise of the empire there. So, that's where you start.
Yeah, in that clip, you're looking at two guys that absolutely had no money, but had all the confidence in the world that they were going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's pretty amazing to watch in these old clips.
Yeah.
We had no doubt we were going to be something.
We had not one second of hesitation to do any of that stuff.
Right.
We didn't sit there and talk to the camera guy or the other guy, Ian, or something, and go, I don't know. Nah, we should. I don't want to do that. It was, yep, let's do it.
Yeah, we're just
here. We go.
We're just kind of having fun,
making comedy.
Not trying to defend the actual material, but I know where I was at in my head back then.
Oh yeah,
we were having a good time and had a lot of confidence for whatever reason.
Well, mine came out of a bottle. That's why.
Let me say hi to John in Staten Island. John.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony.
Yo.
You have the same hair consistency as Frankie Carbone in Goodfellas.
Yeah, I had that fro thing cooking.
That's the Italian gene. Everyone has an uncle like
that. The ponytail. Oh boy.
I don't know why we do this to ourselves. Other people would just bury this shit.
Yeah.
Make believe it never happened.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Adam in Massachusetts. Adam.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Jimmy, love you, man. Love it when you come to Boston.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys remember a little thing called Testicle Tuesday back in the day.
I sure do.
What?
That bit I I stand by still. Every Tuesday, remember, we had people coming in to do other shit with their testicles. The big one was the penis weightlifting.
Oh, okay.
We did penis weightlifting before anyone else.
Yeah, that's true there.
I think we.
I remember that.
I think we even did penis weightlifting when we came to New York at NAW, where we had one guy that was completely out of control with how much weight he lifted with his penis.
Ah, that's right.
Remember?
Yeah.
And then we'd invite all the women in, so it wouldn't be considered gay.
Yeah, so it wasn't as gay.
But you can't even do that now.
Imagine inviting like members of the off-air staff. Hey, come on in. Watch a guy tie something to his dick.
Yeah, this is how different it's become. Back then, if we did a bit with the guy's genitals, and we had a few. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
We would have someone walk around and just ask office people and sales ladies and whatnot. Hey, you want to come in and see some dick and balls? If you did that now, you wouldn't even have a meeting. They would just fire you on the spot.
So fired.
But that was even cool. You guys, Testicle Tuesday was you filled in a water mattress with see how much you can fill it with water and then popped it. That was the whole thing.
I gotta find if anyone has a really good clip of that. Good quality video clip of it was a waterbed
in Plainville, Massachusetts, in somebody's yard.
Was that for Real Rock TV?
I think it was.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then it wouldn't pop, and then somebody had to jump on it with a knife, and it still wouldn't pop, and everybody's like, what?
But then it turned into this huge, ridiculous, like, 2 second wave.
Yeah, it finally opened up.
I would love to see that clip. I haven't seen that one in years. If someone has it, please send it along.
That sticks to my mind. That was like, who knows, like fucking 15, 20 years, who knows how long ago that was.
About 16, maybe. We've been out of Boston 16 years already. That's unbelievable to me.
You guys were the shit in Boston, man, so.
Well, for the time, I mean, things certainly have changed with phones and everything else, but I don't know. Yeah. I thought we did all right.
All right, boys. Watch out.
I have pride in our AAF work for the most part, especially the last year and a half.
Yeah, it was all.
We were definitely firing on all cylinders,
getting the pieces of the puzzle together.
Right.
Some pieces, should have been thrown out, I guess. But it all came together nicely.
Well, I got another clip I'll upload when I get home.
Can't wait to see it.
I love them. Love them.
And then I gotta edit the beach clip together.
Edit it. Just put it up as it is. You don't need no editing needed.
No, what it was, we were doing cut-ins for the show, so we did this whole thing that went through the whole show from a beach. So I have to edit it all together just to make it make sense.
Is it really good?
It's us showing the rest of the guys out there how to pick up chicks at a beach.
Oh boy,
you got a tan, brother man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be surprised when those T-shirts hit the market. I'm gonna sell tens of shirts.
Yikes!
All right, we should take a break, huh?
Alrighty.
I think they found a large debris field. Is this the latest?
Oh.
Did this just happen, or is this... Because when they say breaking news on TV now, I don't know. That could be something they said 12 hours ago, but they still call it breaking news.
Yeah.
Large potential debris field spotted.
If I see that left turn, I know they have nothing.
Right. So... Where is the large debris field?
Same spot they were kind
of
looking.
Pretty much.
It's in Ohio.
Yeah. Which makes it weird.
Yeah.
They waited too long, man. I'm not into this story anymore.
Yeah. It's just like boring now.
The arc of the story.
Yeah.
They dragged it on too long.
Too long.
If they found this last week, I'd still be in.
Should have shortened it up.
I'm more about the mudslide now.
Yeah.
The mudslide is a very interesting story. And did you see that fire in Houston?
What was that? No.
One of our listeners filmed a guy getting rescued from that fire in Houston.
Yeah?
It's out there somewhere. If that guy's listening right now, tweet it. I'll retweet you. But with they're trying to rescue him, and he's on the top floor outside, and the fire is raging. Have you? This.
Let's see.
OMG.
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 Wow, that thing is spreading so fucking fast.
That is like...
Oh, Jesus. They're going to bring the ladder truck
Look,
over.
the construction worker's stuck, and then look, the fire pops up right behind the windows.
It's kind of looking like...
and he's like, fuck, I'm in trouble.
Not now.
And he doesn't think that he has enough time to wait for the ladder.
Yeah.
What floor is he on?
He's on the top. It looks like it's maybe 6 stories, 5, 6 stories probably.
That is a fucking fire, man.
Look at it. It is raging. Wow. The whole top floor is just about gone.
This guy is on the freaking ledge.
He's on the ledge. It's a new construction, I guess.
Do they see?
Wow. Oh, they see him all right, you dumb.
Oh, it's starting to come out the door.
Oh my Jesus! Oh my God!
That's a terrible fire.
We'll put this video on our Facebook page, by the way.
Holy shit! He's just squatting on the outside ledge, and fire is really all over.
And he's cool right now, like, all right, they're gonna get to me, but look how fast the fire is spreading.
He should hang off and try to get to that bottom ledge.
Well, he's probably feeling the heat.
Yeah, now he's like, fuck, I got to get off this level. So he's got to fall in such a way where he doesn't fall all the way to the ground.
Good move.
So he hangs and falls down to the next.
Like a video game.
Fire is a motivator.
Right.
It really is.
But the second floor doesn't really have any flames yet, so now he's in a much better spot.
Dude, that was a great move he just made.
But you have to swing a little bit or you're going to miss that ledge, right?
Yeah.
Oh God!
And now here comes the ladder.
Damn, just in time.
Good move, though, by the guy, right?
Hell of a move.
Good grief!
That fire spread fast.
How fucking slow is that ladder? Move it!
Fires are a motherfucker, huh?
Oh my God!
The firefighters screaming at the truck.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to get the fucking thing to the plane, the jetway.
Right. Yeah.
Same idiot driving it.
This guy's like, hey,
Hell yes!
I really like
and then
to
he gets on the
this.
ladder.
Thank you, God.
And there
Nice.
you go. There you go. He's saved.
Wow. That's a guy who took a little initiative.
That's 1, 2, 3. It looks like
Did the jump, made the jump.
4, maybe 5 stories.
Oh my God!
Oh no, there's more. Oh shit. Oh
wow.
I didn't see this part.
Wow.
The roof just collapsed.
The whole side.
Yeah.
Yep, the entire top.
The front-facing side just all fell toward the ladder.
And I'm sure that other piece is
about to
long
fall. Wow,
either.
it is fucking burning.
If you want to watch along, it's on O&A Show on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, half the building, half the top roof is still standing. The half he was on, well, that's probably going to fall soon, too.
What an idiot. I saw him get on the ladder. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I missed the big grand finish where the whole top floor falls forward.
That happened to me once.
Or the wall.
Did it? Chip?
Yeah, I got out of there.
I bet it didn't.
No, it did not.
Guy who hijacks the story for no reason. It has nothing to add.
It has nothing. Wow, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That guy knew he had to make that swing.
Right.
You wouldn't normally do that, but I guess when there's a raging fire,
oh yeah,
man, that really makes you do stuff that you like normally would probably rethink.
Sure. That's a big video today. Go check it out. O&A Show on Twitter. Follow us, all right?
Mm-hmm.
We tweet all the links to the videos we watch. Which
we do.
Yeah. Which we like to do on a regular basis, and you would think the company at this point would go, oh, wow, I think they're really into this video thing. Maybe we should try to figure something out.
We hate it.
But no.
We can't stand video.
More Opie and Anthony in a minute.
Happy birthday, Steven Tyler.
Uh-oh.
66.
Wow.
66 for Steven Tyler. Wow. Damn. And Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, boy.
83.
83? Wow.
I think he's got the oxygen now in the wheelchair.
Does he?
I saw a picture of him leaving an airport. The
Not
fuck
like,
is that?
Somebody's apparatus for penis weightlifting on the screen.
Oh. I think E-Rock just tweeted the pictures from our penis weightlifting thing. We did it at NEW.
Whoops.
Yeah. Is it on the show Twitter?
Yes.
O&A Show. If you go there, E-Rock just tweeted a link to the penis weightlifting pictures.
The madhouse.
I don't remember any of these people. No clue.
People.
Jimmy goes, who's that girl? And me and Ann are like, I don't know, just a girl that came by that day.
No idea.
There were always people just waiting to come up and hang out on the show. Open door policy.
It's crazy.
Now everything has to be controlled. Everything has to be controlled.
Look out.
Oh, God.
Comes in there. It could be a lawsuit.
Great. Yeah. Great news, guys. You could use the fishbowl here. Oh, cool. So we could just, have people come up? well, we want them to email like a week, 2 weeks in advance, and we only want like maybe 20 people in there, and they're going to have to go through all sorts of security checks.
Good. Good way to get that spontaneity.
Right. We just remember people call him, hey, I'm on the side. Yeah, come on up. What the hell? We got enough beer for everybody.
Yeah.
That's how Big A got discovered. You heard him on the phone. You're like, who is that guy? Go back to him.
I'll never forget that day. We were just interviewing people. I'm like, what is that guy all about? Come up here now.
Now he tiptoes around my parties and snapping pictures.
Right. Is he still doing that?
No, he's so paranoid now.
Oh, really?
Can I take a picture? You mind if I post it?
Big A's funny,
He's all
man.
nervous about everything.
I was talking to him at the Voss and Bonnie podcast thing.
Yeah.
He's fucking funny, man.
He's a good guy.
Takes his shots. I love it.
Yeah.
He was beating up on somebody, but in a funny way. He was funny, man. So
No, he's always a good guy. Always very cordial over the house and everything. No?
No. I don't like him at all.
I would like to try to figure out how we could get more people up here to do shit.
I know.
That would be great. We gave up on that with the
Couch of Zilches.
The old regime.
Yes, remember?
The Couch of Zilches.
We wanted the Couch of Zilches. Zilch.
Couch of Zilches.
Oh, boy. We're just not nice.
We only did that once.
Yeah.
It worked, though.
It was fun, yeah.
I know.
In other music news. Jimmy's boys there are on the cover of Rolling Stone finally.
Finally, for the first time. And I kind of love the way Paul Stanley is just so annoyed by all of it. Like, yeah, he's just shitting on the Hall of Fame. He's doing, they're going in, it's a smart money thing to do, but he's not, he's really irritated by
it should have happened many years ago.
Many years ago.
Is there a picture online?
It's actually a great cover. It's a
Did they get everyone together?
No, it's an old picture from the 70s.
Oh.
Wait, why wouldn't...
They just took an old picture and put it
yeah,
up.
but they should get... all right. Oh, my.
I love those days.
Yeah, that's an old picture, all right.
That's fucking... Yeah, it's probably...
That's in their prime, right?
74, yeah. 74.
How I do it, baby!
Ace. Ace's hands. Huh? Yeah, Ace looks really high.
Yeah, I'm sure he's all fucked up.
How high do you have to be where it's obvious through makeup?
Yeah.
And a still picture.
Right. But you could see it in his eyes. Like, hey, man, how are we going to be on Rolling Stone?
Those guys took the best group shots of any band ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they weren't afraid to pull. Yeah, they just knew how to take a group shot.
What's the article about them? Just that they're 40 years.
40 years of feuds and fury.
Oh, boy.
It's forever exclamation point. It's actually a great fucking cover. But
they interviewed all of them.
Oh, they did?
Yes. So there's an article that I highlighted for you. It's all
see.
New stuff.
Would you like that framed, all signed by each one of them?
Yeah, I have a cool thing signed by each one of them. I have a Cream magazine.
Oh, yeah.
There was a centerfold you opened up, and it's one of my favorite Kiss photo shoots ever. It's them, like, it's in this fake snow, but when I was a kid, I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fake snow.
Can you find that Kiss in
Why
fake?
are they doing that?
I don't know, but it was the 70s, man. It was great.
Groovy.
And I had them all sign it, and I want to frame it. I love it.
You were 1 year off on the picture. Not that it matters.
Is it 74 or 75?
75.
Oh, okay.
No, you were right there. You were right there, man, with it.
Damn. Yeah, see if you can do the image search.
Sure, fond memories. I keep thinking about Ace and Peter, Simmons admits. In this article, Jimmy.
Okay.
What are they doing now? Where are they? It's got to be close to the end. How do you make any money? How do you pay your bills?
Wow.
Even Stanley and Simmons have had their differences. We've always seen each other as brothers, says Stanley. What we seem to be at odds at is how you treat your brother. Gene's priority, by far, has always been...
moolah.
Marketing?
Any other guesses?
Bitches.
No, the same money.
Centerfold.
You should get this one.
Oh, chicks.
I can't believe Paul Stanley saying this.
Chicks?
What we seem to be at odds with is how to treat your brother. Gene's priority by far has always been...
chicks.
Any more
Himself. Gene.
You read the fucking article.
No, I've been looking at stupid Kiss in the snow photos because I'm not finding the right one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're not. Look at how much fun they're having. Hi, guys.
Boy.
Look at us.
That looks good.
That's not the one, though, but that's the same photo shoot, I think.
Yeah.
Don't
Wow.
you like that?
But
No.
Paul Stanley's saying Gene's always been about himself.
About Gene.
Something we might have brought up a few times on this show.
Yeah.
And he's not one to let anyone else's feelings or contributions get in the way. Wow. That's a pretty good shot from Paul Stanley.
An asshole.
Look at Paul Stanley book. He's got a new book coming out.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm dying to get it because I want to interview him for my Boneyard show, and I'm not getting the book.
Rent Boys?
No, it's not the book.
Oh.
They explain why they're not playing.
Okay.
You want to know?
Yeah, I would love to.
Stanley and Simmons offered to allow the former members, we're talking about Peter and Ace, obviously, to jam with Kiss's current lineup, featuring guitarist Tommy Thayer and drummer Eric Singer. But Ace and Peter found that proposition deeply insulting.
It is.
I won't be disrespected, Peter Criss says. How could you put me in the Hall of Fame and then tell me to go sit over there in the corner while another guy puts on my makeup and plays? That's an injustice to the fans, too.
Why the fuck would Gene and Paul, and you know it's Gene, why wouldn't they just tell the other guys, look, Hall of Fame, this is because of the shit that we all did.
Right.
Let's play. And not...
The original lineup put them on the map.
Ah, that's fucking
It's Paul, too, though. It's not just Gene. But you know what?
They were able to sustain for many years after the original lineup, but still, you got to go out there as the originals and play a few songs, and then maybe you bring the other guys out and fool around a little bit.
I think it's also because they just had announced a big tour with Def Leppard, and Kiss is doing Fallon, I think, like the week after. And I think they want to put not too much focus on the old, and this is, I'm guessing, the old band because they're on tour with the new band.
Oh, Gene. How do you like this guy still, Jimmy?
I love him.
I know.
Love him.
I don't know why you still like this guy.
I don't know. Gene Simmons counters. Don't you think that's a good point by Peter Criss and Ace?
Of course.
Okay.
It's a stellar point.
I think it's a very good point.
Yes.
And I don't think there's any... I mean, there's a little venom, but I think they're making a good point. I'll say it again, right?
Yeah.
Simmons counters that Frehley and Criss no longer deserve to wear the paint.
Why? Why? They all made their bones in that makeup.
Why? You ready to hear this?
Yeah.
The makeup is earned. He is such a douchebag.
He's an asshole.
I don't like that phrasing.
He's just a douchebag.
He's a fucking asshole.
The makeup is earned, he adds. Just being there at the beginning is not enough. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
And if you blow it for yourself, it's your fault. You can't blame your band members. Oh, look what happened to me. Oh, poor me. Look at my little violin. I have no sympathy. That's all Gene Simmons.
Yeah. It's, you know, look, I understand
it's
what
a
people
band. Bands have problems.
How many records did Beth sell? Oh, that's right.
You mean it was Beck, and it wouldn't have sold very many.
Oh, sure.
Right. I was the one who told him to change it
I
to
told
Beth.
him to change it to Beth.
Did you really?
Beth was that was the name that we needed in order to sell. It never would have sold without the name Beth, and that was me.
And shut the fuck up. Can't stand his pontificating.
You know, in defense of Gene, I will say this.
I think it's loud and clear that you love Kiss.
No.
And that this is coming from me and Ed.
But I understand.
2 out of the 3.
I understand why Ace and Peter are fucking furious and disgusted. But in a way, it's always easier to look at the outed guys or the ousted guys and go like, "Hey, man, fuck the original." But then you look at Gene and Paul. It's like, okay, Ace and Peter were gone by 80, say. That's 30-something years ago. And imagine if on this radio show, people kept looking at people that were here, and like when people go like, "Those were the good days," you're like, "Okay, they were good days," but we've done a lot more since then.
Right.
Don't look at the radio show back in those days as the only legitimate part of the radio show.
But they are going into the Hall of Fame based on what they did in those early days.
But they've said so many things.
And they had way more hits with the original lineup than afterward, right?
Okay, yeah, that's the best lineup. But again, picture saying, okay, you guys got to do a live broadcast, but you got to bring back all the guys from this year and make. And I mean, we've teased Sam, but like, say, fuck Sam and E-Rock, get them out of here and bring these guys in. You'd be like, yeah, but we don't have the chemistry with them anymore. Too many shitty things have happened and been said.
But that would be the behind-the-scenes people. The nucleus of the show is us 3.
Right.
No, but I mean, there was guys that came on the...
It would be more like if you moved on, and then there was bad blood, and then we were doing some big thing. We said, no, we just can't have Jimmy.
Right.
I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah.
It's more that, I think.
Yeah.
Sam gets a lot of mic time, but I mean, this has been the nucleus for a long fucking time. And we've had guys that have done the show semi-regular that were amazing for us, absolutely. We don't get along with some of those people, unfortunately.
The original Ronald McDonald has not earned the makeup anymore. He doesn't earn the makeup. Ronald McDonald, the original Bozo the Clown.
Right, but that would be like us going into the, I don't know, Radio Hall of Fame, but either me or Ann moved on a while ago, or you, and us three don't get back together for something like that? That's crazy.
And it's like for the Opie and Anthony show, but Opie shows up with like somebody that he's doing radio with now and demands that him and that guy get to do it.
I don't
No,
see
but we've
it,
never had that kind of a falling out or said that kind of stuff about each other publicly.
Oh, we've had falling outs.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. But if I'm saying, like, it would be like if they said, okay, Jim, you sit out, Sam sit out. Like, maybe they said all of us sit out, and you guys talk to just say Mark and a few of the guys from say 2000 or 99, and that's the who we're inducting. You might go, yeah, but that's weird now because it's been so long and the show has done so much. It might just feel like, why are you? I don't know. I can understand their point too, and it's not the popular point to understand, but I do see where they're coming from. Hey, look, if they could have allowed the band to die in 1980. The band would have been dead. It's like people kill Ozzy for what's happening in Sabbath. Like, where's Bill? Hey, Ozzy was fired from Sabbath, so whatever he wants when he comes back, it's kind of fair game. They fired him.
But you're talking about the main players and the nucleus of a band.
Yeah.
I think it's a little different. You always have side people coming and going with a radio show that do amazing stuff. I'm not downplaying anything that anyone has done for us. Thank you. I give you a big thank you. Continue to hate. I don't give a fuck. Thank you for what you have done for our show.
Continuous success.
But, I mean, you know, it's the nucleus we're talking about here with KISS.
Yeah. I think it's just too much bad blood.
Because even with the KISS original lineup, didn't they have side players coming in here and there to go on tour with?
Well, when they were touring, it was just
an extra drummer. Maybe never. They never added any extra people. Okay.
No, but I think also Ace raises the point too. And again, I love Ace and Peter, so I'm very hurt that they're
pint.
What's that?
Ace raises a pint.
And I'll tell you, we're lucky enough to know these guys pretty good. We've talked to all of them over the years, numerous times. And for me, Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley were way cooler than Gene and Paul. And Paul wasn't even that bad, to be honest with you.
That's true.
But I think, I think Peter and Ace are just way more down to earth and just extremely cool guys.
Yep. I want to know, Ace said, like, every time there's a reunion, what happens is the four of us get together, and then the fans don't want to see Eric and Tommy. They want to see Ace, Gene, Peter, and Paul. So what happens, and Ace said it, they don't want to open that can of worms. It's like, that is the way, when you see the four of them up there together, all you want to see is them playing.
Right.
And then and they sold, Ace and Peter, in fairness, did sell their rights, or at least their makeup things back to KISS.
Right.
They didn't have to do that. They could have said no, but they did it.
I'm not just throwing away the current members.
Yeah.
But when you think Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they try to get the original guys.
Yeah.
They start with that. They've done this in the past. They start with those guys, and then they maybe add other people that were involved with the band. I think it's just crazy to me to have KISS go in and Ace and Peter are not playing with them. That's ridiculous.
I honestly would prefer to see the new guys in newer makeup. Like, I would be much happier with KISS if, like, Tommy and Eric were in different makeup. I would still think they're a valid band and valid contributors because they're doing new music. I don't need to see Peter and Ace's makeup. I don't need the old look. Like, I'd be okay with Gene and Paul looking like they look, and two guys looking like their own original characters in the band. I'd be fine with that.
What would they do?
But, they'd find something. It could be close to that theme, but I think that would make these guys stand out more as original musicians, too, the newer guys.
Frehley adds here, Frehley suggests another reason for the current members' reluctance. The reason they don't want to perform with me and Peter is because the last time they did, they had to do a reunion tour. We play 3 songs, the fans go crazy. So the fans would go nuts if they saw the original lineup playing, and then that would mean, oh man, there's money in a reunion, and then they have to pay these guys more than probably they would pay the other guys.
Oh, they got a Def Leppard tour coming up. They have to do it anyway.
They don't want to open up a can of worms. Frehley, meanwhile, says he licensed rather than sold the rights to his Spaceman makeup to the band and suggests that he's due to get the rights back sometime soon. Also in the story, Simmons says his touring days are almost done. I wish I could do him. I'm 64 now, he says. 3 more tours, 2, if I have a life change of some kind. He'll continue doing this, of course. He loves the money.
He does.
Money.
He loves cash, that guy.
Yeah.
But Jimmy sees it differently.
No, but I see it both ways. I do see Ace and Peter. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't love those guys in the band. I want the original lineup. That's the band I like.
Right.
But it's always tempting to look at the guys who are out of the band and kind of because the guys that are in the band are more the corporate guys now at this point are like, well, fuck them.
Right.
But it's like in a four-way thing. They were four rock stars, and Ace and Peter were kind of the wild, the partiers of the four.
Yeah.
And what would have happened if that tone had been allowed to dictate the band? Kiss probably would have died in 1980. And then the band would have been gone, and Gene and Paul would not be doing solo projects, but we wouldn't be even talking about this now.
True that.
I don't know. I think they did enough before the big change to allow them to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
But all those years of touring afterwards, there's a lot of music that came out, and it's...
What were the big songs that came out after the original album?
Heaven's on Fire, Lick It Up was huge.
That was a massive
Lick
song.
It Up. Yeah.
What others, though?
Lick It Up. There was some other ones. I mean, I can't... There definitely were.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Let me think. I'll just look it up.
That was the no makeup days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. I mean, I much prefer the makeup because it also, like, when people with the radio show will say, well, your show is not... But it's like, yeah, maybe you changed a little bit, too.
Yeah.
So... the show represents something to the way you felt about yourself back then, and that's how I love it. I was a kid, and that's what that means to me.
Well, the weird part is we have way more listeners now than we ever had, but our prime was probably, NEW through first couple years of XM. I mean, I love what we're doing now, but this is a drastically different show, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to be doing a completely different show than this, but our hands are fucking tied, I'm telling you.
Hands are tied.
At least we've been able to kind of... adjust and reinvent ourselves a little bit. But the prime was, man, all that beer and shots and girls and nudity and just every day we didn't know what the hell we were going to do next. Now we have to just talk and hopefully be clever, funny, and thought-provoking.
Tears Are Falling was a big one.
Oh,
All Hell's
sure.
Breaking Loose was a big song.
Yep.
God Gave Rock and Roll to You, which I never loved, but Heaven's on Fire, Lick It Up. I mean, they had a few big songs.
What was that disco song?
That was I Was Made for Loving You. That was off Dynasty.
I was made
I like that album.
I like that song.
I do too.
I liked it.
2000 Man was on that, the Stones song.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, a little disco-ish.
Disco Kiss.
But I still like this. And Paul Stanley, a fucking phenomenal voice. Can't say Paul did a great voice.
This is hilarious, though. It's like, we'll just do a disco tune. They'll play it in all the discos.
But they pulled it off. Other bands tried to do this shit, and it didn't work. Rush with their rap song.
Yeah.
Trying to think of others. Sure, there's a lot of other examples.
I want to give it all to you.
I want to give it all to you.
Boy.
Sounds like John Travolta almost.
Darkness.
But Paul's kind of saying a lot of shit publicly now, which it usually was just Gene doing it.
Yeah.
But Paul, it's not just Gene. Paul is
It
a
was
part
Peter
of this.
Chris's book. That was a doozy.
I think, and Ace's book too. I think pissed him off.
Both of them, yeah. They both had some stories to tell.
Because they were always more diplomatic than Peter and Ace. Like when they would trash him, they'd party too much. These guys are getting specific.
Oh, are they?
Well, maybe not a Kiss song, but I think there's another song that Gene and fucking Paul should take advice from. That's all I'm saying.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think they... Yes, Gene. Yes, Paul.
Pitching a fit.
Oh, yeah. Gene was pitching a fit in his hair.
You didn't think it was kind of cool though when Gene and Paul were both in makeup and they came. There's something fucking
That's cool as fuck.
Very
10 feet tall.
Cool about those guys when they're made up, and I don't care
yeah.
if you hate the band, you hate the band.
They're like life-size, bigger than life action figures.
They really are.
No, I like their their image, but I just don't like Gene when he starts talking. All that other stuff is cool as shit, of course.
They give good hugs, those guys.
Do they?
Yeah.
Jimmy, yeah.
Oh,
the famous hugging thing.
Yeah.
Tony in Cleveland. Tony.
Hey, how's it going today, guys?
Hey, all right.
Hey, Jimmy, I know your argument, but I would have to disagree with it.
Okay.
Because if you look at the fact when Metallica was entered into the Hall of Fame, Jason Newsted came on stage, played with them, and then they went out and toured later, and nobody cared that it wasn't him on the stage.
Right.
You're right.
But they at least acknowledged him like, hey, man, he filled
They also acknowledged,
he filled the spot very well.
You're also, but I know what you mean. But don't forget the breakup of Jason leaving Metallica had a different effect because the main guys there were Lars and James. I mean, Hammett's a huge part of Metallica too, but Jason, it was never. With Kiss, it was different. There's a representation of the original band. It's a different feeling from the fans. It's not the same feeling from the fans.
Jason was just as big to Metallica as Ace was to Kiss.
No, he was not.
I would have to disagree. And we like Newsted a lot.
He's great.
And he definitely filled his role and did very well for... How many years was he in the band?
I think from 19... I want to say 90... No, before 90.
I want to say he did at least 10, right?
Yeah.
He did about 10, maybe? Yeah, I don't know.
He was on there during their biggest years.
Yeah, he was. But, I mean, he was not... Him leaving did not have the same impact as Gene and Peter... I'm sorry, Ace and Peter being gone from Kiss.
Because
it's just not.
Because Kiss was bigger than life. It wasn't just, this band that you love. They were cartoon characters.
Yeah.
They were superheroes. Right?
Yeah, there were characters to it. It is a whole, and don't forget, they didn't go on and get a guy who looked like Jason to behave like, Rob Trujillo's his own guy.
Right.
He's a bad motherfucker, and he fits right in with the band.
He's great.
That's a normal lineup change.
Yeah.
Nobody's begging for a Jason Newsted reunion.
No, and it's not even a knock on Jason. He's a great player.
He's awesome.
It's just that's a typical band departure.
Has a lot to do with the makeup.
A lot to do with it.
And how their personas were bigger than life.
Yeah, so I know what you're saying, sir, but I disagree with you that that's the same thing.
Thanks, Tony.
This reminds me, like 2 years ago with Guns N' Roses going to the Hall of Fame.
God.
And everybody wanted them to reunite. And Axl, as much as I wanted to see a Guns N' Roses reunion, put out that statement saying, we don't owe you your happy ending at our expense. He's like, people get divorced, time goes on.
Yeah, they hate each other.
Yeah, they hate each other. That's not going to happen.
I respect the fact
we
you
don't owe you anything.
That's hilarious. We don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I bought you records. Guns N' Roses are the perfect example. The guys went out without Axl and gave the new guys a chance to play.
But that was because Axl refused.
I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan still. When I hear a Guns N' Roses song, I'm all in. And I was bummed they couldn't get the main guys together for that.
But Axl was always difficult, obviously.
Of course,
he's
of course.
Narcissist.
Let's say hi to Ryan in Denver. Ryan, how's the weed?
Nice. It's fantastic out here.
Tell me more, brother man.
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's go get a taco. It's crazy out here, man.
It's crazy out here, man.
Got tan, brother man.
I got to say brother man a few times if I'm going to sell those T-shirts. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to. So I wanted to say to Jimmy, the other day we were talking, or you guys were talking about how much you hated Eric Clapton for fucking George Harrison's wife. And I'm just wondering how you can defend Gene after all these years of fucking his band over. I mean, it seems almost...
Hold on.
And I get it. You're a big fan, and I totally get that, but...
I'll answer your question. I don't think he's fucking his band over. How is he fucking Paul Stanley over?
Well, he's not fucking Paul Stanley over, and I would argue that Peter Criss is a mediocre drummer at best, but those were the reasons, like, Peter and Ace, as part of the group, is part of the reason that Kiss is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I totally agree. And I love those guys. You don't understand? I love Peter and Ace, dude. I love them. Like, I love them as much as Gene and Paul. And I'm not saying that Gene and Paul are right and fuck Peter and Ace. I am only saying that it's tempting for the fans. We always tend to look... Because the reunion means much more to us as guys. Like, as fans, to look at the original lineup means something because we're not the actual performer. But when you're the performer, you look at it differently. And there was a lot of shit said behind the scenes, a lot of bad blood between those guys that we didn't see, a lot of shit that happened that we did not see. Yeah, Gene can be a motherfucker, but I'm sure Ace and Peter had their moments. They weren't just two guys who showed up, said nothing wrong, were totally responsible, and were thrown out because Gene's a terrible Jewish person. Come on, dude, that's not realistic.
They should write a new song. Suck it up. Suck it up.
You know what I mean, dude? It's tempting to see that like that as a fan, but that's, I don't think, realistically business-wise.
But it's just the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's strange because when you love a band, name a band, the lineup you like from that band mostly,
right?
And what would win as far as some kind of, I don't know.
I'm starting to think now, fuck it, because it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why is that so coveted and holy that a band should get together when they have differences? Fuck it, yeah. I've just changed my opinion.
There you go.
I started getting caught up in the whole thing like, oh, it's the Rock and Roll Hall. Who gives a shit? I've never even gone there because it's so awful.
And Paul is smashing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on fucking Twitter.
Right.
He's going like, because somebody tweeted something, and I put, I'm just happy Kiss is in the Rock and Roll, on the cover of Rolling Stone. And somebody tweeted me, but wrote, yeah, I wish it was just a magazine that knew music. And Paul wrote, I love this. Like, he loves smashing them. He's tired of them.
Have you guys gone to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland?
I did once when I was out there.
I was highly disappointed.
Yeah, me too.
Highly.
Me too.
The building itself is amazing. It's beautiful. It's worth, walking through, I guess.
Sure.
But you start realizing that it's just, just crap that was laying around in attics.
Garbage.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
like
much
Jimi
for the
Hendrix
band.
wore this hat once back in when he was at a picnic or whatever the fuck.
You're supposed to snap pictures of it?
Yeah.
Show people.
And they have some stuff that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
but man, I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a good job trying to present everything they did get from the families and stuff, but...
You see Jim Morrison's Cub Scout uniform?
Is that one of the things?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
I forgot.
Are you
Sure, I
kidding?
did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that now that you said that.
That's kind of cool, actually. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing some weird stuff
but
like that.
I think you want to
handwritten
see
stuff.
this, I don't know, this stuff.
I remember going there when I was younger. My mom saying, see, Jim Morrison was a Cub Scout, too.
Oh, God.
Good. Unfortunately, you didn't and die at the same age he did. 27.
Jeez.
I couldn't think of anything.
I know. You just went for the brutality
Sorry,
of it.
I didn't mean that.
Brutality,
I'm
yeah.
happy you're alive, Sam.
Thank you, Jim.
I want to ask Jimmy if deep down it's... Well, I'll let him ask. We got Darren in North Carolina. Darren.
Hi, Darren.
Do
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Jimmy, deep down, does it have anything to do with those two being alcoholics, you not really wanting them to be inducted that way?
No. Are you kidding me? Not at all. No, I want Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter inducted. I want Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter to play. I want a photo with Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter more than I want to re-sign and have more money given to me.
I think he's asking if Gene's thinking that.
Oh, no, I think I don't think they care about that. I think there's just been too
They don't
much.
care about the partying because Gene is obviously dry. He tells everybody.
Nah, I mean he's
how great he is. How he's never had a drop of alcohol or a drug, and it's stupid to be married. Oh, that's right. He ended up getting married.
Right.
No, so I don't think it's that. I think a big part of it is a lot of stuff has been said that is just really hard for them to shake, and I also think that Kiss is being truthful. That they're going on tour. And they don't want their tour with Def Leppard to be overshadowed by the fans going, fuck this, we want a reunion tour again, when the band is just kind of done with each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion on it.
All right. That's it. Gotta get it best.
That's Def Leppard.
That's Def Leppard. Yeah. What was I going to say to wrap this up?
I want a reunion tour more than I want anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Kiss is going to be the first franchise band.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Man, also, because after another reunion tour, after the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, now what? You got to start thinking, but if you reinvent the band with all brand new young fucking guys in that makeup, franchised out, I think that would be a hot ticket.
A reboot, a Kiss reboot,
a complete reboot where every single one of those guys are gone, and then maybe every once in a while, Gene has a cameo at a concert or something. Oof. How cool would that be?
Kind of be cool.
But they got to get the right people. They got to really figure that out, or it could be a bust. But if they do it right, then it would go on for another 15, 20 years, man.
Just keep doing it.
Right? All right.
Yeah.
I think that's it for... Oh, and then dumb Diddy. Ugh. Why is this news?
Diddy doing?
Hey,
why is this news?
Who's Diddy?
I don't know who Diddy is.
Who is Diddy?
Diddy
I'm a Puff Daddy
now.
A Puff Daddy, I like.
He has changed his name back to Puff Daddy.
Come on.
Well, there's a lot of controversy there.
Why?
Because he tweeted out, technically, he never officially changed his name to Diddy. He's always been Puff Daddy. And then started the hashtag Diddy or Daddy.
So he wants everyone to get involved with the name thing?
That's right.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Have fun with that.
Take that.
Oh, God.
Bad boys.
He is terrible.
Diddy Dirty Money.
His decision to readopt his old name comes just before the release of his first album in 4 years, MMM.
Of course, he's trying to fucking...
What's MMM mean?
Let me find out for you. I'm not sure.
Roman numerals?
Is this?
I don't know.
Roland, when am I getting my Paul Stanley book? I want to read it so I can interview him. Please. Please.
Oh, boy.
Puff Daddy.
There it is, the hashtag Diddy or Daddy.
That's right.
Or Duty. I choose Duty.
Just call him Duty.
Yeah.
All right.
Does anyone care?
I don't know what MMM stands for.
Yep.
Does anyone fucking care?
I do.
Oh.
Does anyone
Diddy
remember
is
laughter?
I'm about to find out.
Oh.
Someone tweeted the original name for Beth was Gertrude until Gene changed it.
That would be an awful song.
Yep.
The
Hard to sing.
Bouse, Rick Rouse, he said what it stands for.
Oh, what is it?
Money Making Mitch. Taking a cue from the classic film Paid in Full.
Good one.
Not impressed?
It's podcast day. Podcast number 46, the Opie and Anthony podcast. There's a link on O&A Show Twitter, right?
Yeah.
I'll retweet that. But podcast number 46 is the best of 2004.
Right. What was your guys'
or a little look at 2004, because we had hundreds of hours of great radio in 2004. Hundreds, and we only have, what, an hour and a half on this thing?
Right.
We ever have Diddy?
I don't know. Did we ever talk to Diddy?
Did you guys go by the
So
same name in
forgettable.
2004?
I think so. We should have changed it to Diddy.
Yeah, I think so.
His album's going to be a duddy. That's what somebody said
Poor
here.
Diddy.
And,
I mean Puffy.
I don't care what he changes his name to. I'll always call him the same thing.
The Bugatti Boys were in the studio. Oh, I know what
thing is that?
What? Just one wonderful
Sean?
name. Yes, Sean Combs.
Sean Combs, his given name. Yep. All right, so there you go. Go get our podcast, please.
It's very good.
They're all very good.
Yeah, but people don't have this one.
Oh.
The other ones are really good and people have them.
Right.
This one is really good and people don't have it. And the thing is,
Confused.
it's free.
That's the best
You
part.
just download it on iTunes.
I'm thinking we should check our numbers. Sammy!
People love when we check the numbers.
No, they don't.
There's three
much as
things
us
they
eating.
love. Us talking about free stuff we get.
Yeah.
Eating.
Yep.
And
We check
checking
the
our
Numbers,
numbers.
podcast numbers.
I've seen people
Go through
Click
iTunes
this,
if you
stop
can.
it. Go
For the
down
bragging
to
rights.
stop.
But O&A Show tweeted the link. Thank you. Is it the iTunes link, you son of a bitch?
People will just go to iTunes and search Opie and Anthony.
All right.
Oh my God.
What's Rudy talking about? Obamacare. I got you.
And he hates de Blasio, saying that de Blasio is going to be the worst mayor in New York since Dinkins.
Moving New York in the wrong
And I think he
direction.
said those guys that jumped were stupid.
He's the wrong kind.
The base jumpers were stupid.
We're stupid.
Stupid.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, we'll check our numbers during the break.
Yeah, check because people always.
All right, that's fine. That's
they complain. They go, "Can we check the numbers along with them?"
All right. We got a Mount Everest guy coming in too.
What?
You rock.
What is he going to do? Base jump from the top of Mount Everest or
Pretty
something?
amazing.
That's exactly
I
right.
don't know how you do that.
We're going to find out how you do that.
I mean,
whoa,
Already getting some numbers on today's.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Looking at the numbers.
Wait.
Where's Jimmy's?
What's Chippa?
This is the only reason we do this.
Where's the
Jimmy's?
Chippa one?
Where's Jimmy's numbers for I Hate Animals?
No.
Where is it? Whoa, Jimmy.
Where's Chippa?
Jimmy's, wow. Okay. Jimmy's right up there as one of the best episodes of the Opie and Anthony podcast. Top 5, easy. Maybe top 3.
Oh, that'll help ticket sales at Caroline's.
Oh, boy.
No, it won't.
You want to plug that real fast?
No.
No?
I don't care.
Okay.
Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. 'Cause me and the boys are doing some radio, and I can't find the sound. Thank you. Ain't it?
The Opie and Anthony Show will be right back.
Hope you're having a good morning, whoever you are. All these years later, I just find it extremely strange to talk into this and somewhere someone's listening. It's so bizarre. What else we got going on today?
What is in the old Snooze-a-rooney.
I want to thank Obama. He's on the front page of the paper today.
Yeah.
My greatest fear, Manhattan nuke. Thanks.
Yeah, a little atomic bomb in New York.
That's in the back of all of our minds. Anyone that lives in New York, anyone that lives around New York, Long Island, Staten Island, you know the places. We all have it in the back of our heads. We didn't need to have the president say it.
Well, this is our very contradictory president of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama.
Right.
He brings this up because a question was posed to him by the press. It said, "Hey, Romney during the debates for president said that our biggest geopolitical enemy or concern is Russia." And now, and then Obama said something like, the 80s called and want their foreign policy back.
Right.
Look out.
Oh, snap.
But then it turns out Russia, trying to annex parts of the Ukraine, and it doesn't seem like he'll stop Putin. He's got the world by the balls right now. He knows the United States is weak. Weak leadership, military's being cut like crazy, so there's no real threat to him.
Right.
So Obama was asked, "Hey, Romney said that Russia is a problem. Do you agree with that now?" And he's like, "Well, they're kind of a regional thing, Russia." Like, kind of blew off the whole thing that he's annexing part of the Ukraine. And then after all the shit he said about Al-Qaeda not being a threat during the election. And then he says, well, our biggest problem is a nuke in New York City.
Right.
So what does he mean? Which one does he mean?
I don't know.
Are we still under the threat of Muslim fucking terrorism? Or not? And
Right.
is Russia a big problem or not?
Is he deflecting a little bit?
I think he's spent the past 6 years deflecting and deflecting. That's all he does.
Now, with this Obama,
yeah,
I know what you're going to say, which is fine.
No, I'll give it. I'll use an open mind.
Try. Is he
that piece of what?
Is he that bad of a president?
Yeah.
Or is the system being exposed?
I think he doesn't know how to work the system. I think he's that bad of a president. I don't believe...
You think other guys would be able to, work it better in Washington?
Politically. He's not good at playing politics. He was one of those dumb community leaders.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's got much experience on working with people in the system. And I think he's got these delusions.
Those old workarounds. He doesn't know how to do a workaround.
I think he's got these delusions that he's able to weaken the United States in the world's eye, and that will make people like the United States more. Because we're not like the big dog anymore,
Right. Well, that's going to take a long time if he really believes that.
But it doesn't work that way.
That would take
either.
generations, I think.
If it worked at all.
If it worked at all, right. That's not a quick thing.
I think it's very detrimental to the U.S. to not be a strong country. In a lot of ways, with a strong leader and strong military. I mean, you look at what Afghanistan and Pakistan has been doing, shenanigans on us of late, and it's one of the biggest reasons is he doesn't have any lines of communication open with these people.
Right.
It's just kind of, he's not a strong leader, and you could talk about what you could do after Putin does his things. And it's like, well, you can't really do anything. You could put sanctions on him and whatnot, but what are you going to invade? No, obviously. But the point is to not let him get to that point in the first place. Mm-hmm. And to do that, it takes very strong leadership. And it's not so much us. We're not really affected as much as our allies are in Europe. They see shit like that, and they're like, oh, great, the Soviet Union breaks up. We go from Warsaw Pact country to NATO countries, and you guys don't seem to give a flying fuck what this guy does anymore.
Right.
So it just looks bad. I don't know. But I also like Jimmy's point of, don't fuck around with anything over there.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Not
Let's
our
take
business.
care of our own problems. But unfortunately, we are on this globe with a lot of other countries, and we have to interact with them. in
I
some
want the
way,
old
shape,
Soviet
or
Union. I
form.
really do. I want a powerful Soviet
yeah.
Union. I like the fact that the rest of the world has such a hatred of the U.S.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let them do what they want. Now you guys will go,
Then you deal
right.
with them.
Yeah, you deal with them.
You don't want to be nice and deal with us, you deal with them.
You deal with the Russians.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, they don't really...
I really mean that. Good for Putin. He doesn't give a fuck what the United States says, and he shouldn't. It's not our business what he does or how he runs his country.
Boy, I sure hope my trainer isn't listening today.
Oh, boy.
He's from the Ukraine. He sees it very
Ukraine is
differently.
weak.
Well, of course he does.
He's not happy with the situation.
I don't blame him.
Oh, boy, I'm going to tell him it was all Jimmy.
Yeah, but you nodded. Even now, look at Opie's nodding and smiling and pointing at the fucking trainer's picture.
Yeah.
He's from the Ukraine, and boy, he's all in. He's
Ukraine.
He is all in watching what's going on.
Yeah.
See how much of the Ukraine will be left.
I'm learning a little bit about the Ukraine through him, I guess. I don't know. I think the West is better than the East or something, according to him.
Oh, yeah?
Or is that because he's from the West?
That's probably why they love saying that. Oh, it's much better. Yeah.
What does this have to do with emu eggs, though?
Emu eggs? What are they doing with those?
The restaurant community is getting just bored.
Are they?
Because at this point, every day they're finding stuff that we decided a long time ago we don't want to eat.
We didn't want to eat it.
And now they're bringing it back to say, no, man, you got to give it another try.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's big, blue, and being gobbled up by adventurous diners. Introducing Emo Eggs, New York City's latest dish du jour.
And what is so special about that?
It's 5.5 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and it equals 10 to 12 chicken eggs.
That's pretty big.
12 eggs and one fucking egg. That's
so
amazing.
why weren't we eating emu eggs before now?
Because they probably taste like dirt.
Exactly. Plus they're blue.
Yeah.
Let's get one big emu egg.
Yeah, break it.
And have at
Step
it.
on it. Smash it.
Smash it.
The hammer.
Make an omelet.
Yeah.
It's something that people have never tried. Something that people have never seen.
Yeah. You know what the new snack is, too? Like a really fancy one? It's emu eggs. And there's also the one where they take ostrich semen and they spread it over the sweaty brim of a baseball hat. And you just lick it out.
You lick it out that way?
Yeah, once it's dried.
Delish.
It is.
It weighs
What
2
a
pounds.
treat.
Would you eat a 2-pound egg?
No.
Not at all.
That is that's a lot of egg.
Let's see. They present it to the table whole and uncooked on what he calls a little nest of fresh spices.
Ew.
Thyme
to pinch your ass.
Whole and
and
uncooked?
such. Yeah.
What? Ew, that's got to be slimy.
I don't know. You eat it like raw?
That's disgusting. Poor emu's in there, pops his head out. What are you doing? It's my house.
It's so beautiful. Is it gonna hatch? Explains Allison, 43, a fitness instructor who lives in Maplewood, New Jersey, when she first saw it.
Oh, that's a
As she inserted it into her snatch.
Yeah.
What a dope this broad is. What if some bird came shooting out? She jokes.
Oh, she joked.
Okay, she jokes.
Does understand.
All right, it's okay.
The birds and the bees, doesn't she? Understand?
Mm-hmm. So then they take it, they show you, and then they take it back into the kitchen. He cracks it open on the kitchen counter, as you might with a normal chicken egg, albeit with more caution, and into a mixing bowl. You have to be careful. The shell is pretty thick, but it's not ostrich egg thick, says the chef, who loves working with exotic eggs and has also had turkey, ostrich, duck, and quail eggs on the menu at various points.
What makes chicken eggs like the ones we decided? Like those are the ones we want.
That's the shit.
They're easiest to kill, too.
Are they? Yeah,
they're
it's
so
just dumb
dumb.
chickens.
Just running in a circle.
I guess they were easier to keep and not domesticate, but keep on a farm.
Yeah.
Chickens, if you got a bunch of emus running around, they're too big.
Who wants that?
You got to feed them too much to keep them alive. It's probably not worth the feed for the egg that you get out of it. Chickens must be more economical, that you get more out of them than you put into them.
Plus, the way they a lot of times get these birds is they'll put an ad, like on Backpage, birds needed for modeling shoot, and chickens fall for it.
Do they always fall for it?
Always.
Those dumb chickens.
Yes.
What do they think they're modeling?
I don't know, but they want to be stars. Chickens are really hams, as ironic as that
Which
sounds.
is very ironic, yes.
I'm reading this whole article just to find out what it tastes like. Does it just taste like an egg?
Tastes like chicken.
What does it taste like?
I don't know.
And then the same chef has a has a Game of Thrones dinner.
Oh, no.
Part of a
I did go around and stab you afterwards.
Yeah, served by a midget.
Part of a BYOB, guys.
Yeah?
Oh, no. What's the big... Oh, okay.
I don't know what it tastes like. I guess it just tastes like fucking eggs.
It must just taste like a gamey egg.
Scrambled eggs. What does it taste like? That's all I care about.
What's in the Game of Thrones dinner?
It was very rich and very decadent.
Decadent?
It's a bit on the creamy side. I don't think I want my eggs to be creamy.
It is very succulent. Even more succulent than I thought. Succulent.
They bring the whole article together with this.
Yeah.
She just has one regret after trying the emu egg.
Uh-huh.
We should have asked to keep the shell.
What'd she put in it?
A little fun for everyone.
You know.
It would smell.
Yeah. I saw somebody carve something very lovely out of a ostrich egg on television.
Was it a swastika?
It was a little, yes, it was a swastika. He used a little Dremel tool and stuff and made a very cool, like, lattice work on it. Oh, it was beautiful. It was.
No.
Yes. Oh, we do have a chip joke.
Oh, no.
Lattice. What? Some tomatoes and yeah, of course. You fucking retard. I love it. God damn it, Jimmy. Shit. Hey, boy. I want to ask this guy that's supposed to jump off of Mount Everest there. And he's wearing one of those, like, glide suits.
Oh, he's going with that?
I think that's what he's doing.
Wait, is there... Oh, God, I hope I guess I sound dumb on a regular basis, but...
What?
Is there enough air for that suit?
That's what my question is.
Yeah, the air is very thin up there.
Now, if you're trying to get away from a structure when you're base jumping or something like that...
Right. You need the lift?
You need to get away from it. Right. And to do that, you need, like, the wings to push you away. If there's no air...
how does he know it's going to work?
I don't know.
That's why we interview these guys. He really is going to use one of those?
Yeah, he's going to use one of those fucking wingsuits.
And what happens with the wingsuit? How do you fucking land eventually?
Well, you got to have a parachute.
Yeah.
But you can increase your the ratio of forward movement to down movement.
Who figured out the wingsuit? Someone had to try it for the first time.
But you're still falling a lot faster.
No, I know.
Down than you're going forward,
right.
But you could really get some good forward speed.
You've seen the wingsuit videos on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
where they come flying over the guy's head?
Yeah.
How the fuck they figure that out?
I don't know.
Or going through like a
chasm.
A chasm or something?
Or cutting real close to the side of a mountain.
And they know they got it? There's one where his friend's waiting down the hill and he's got the camera and you see this fucking thing go flying over his head. It seems like a couple feet tops.
He's
going. It looks like 100 miles
fast.
an hour easily. Can you find that one? I know that's all I got on it.
How many bad wingsuits were made? Guys just splatted at the bottom.
Yeah.
Giant feathers.
They could be very dangerous if you have one arm out and the other one in, and you just start spinning to the point where you'll get knocked out because the blood flow will fly up to your head. Like, just because you're wearing that doesn't mean you don't have to pay attention to where your arms are and your legs.
How do you get the suit open then?
Oh, I've seen this one. The one that goes horribly wrong.
Oh, shit.
He was fooling around doing some gymnastics, and then...
he was on, like, a parallel bar.
Right.
Oh, it's real.
And the whole thing broke. Did that guy die?
Did he?
I don't know.
The chute opened.
So why was the guy in the ground crying if everyone was all right in the end?
That's probably why. He read this so the guy would fall.
Yes.
Let me say hi to David in Boston. David.
Hey, I just want to make a comment about those exotic eggs in those restaurants.
Yeah,
I am. Yeah, you know why they don't serve duck eggs anymore?
Why?
Because the shells are too hard to quack. Ah, gotcha.
No, it's because when someone would say duck eggs, everybody would hit the floor. Expect eggs to come flying by. Cause too much mayhem in the restaurants.
Jeff in North Carolina. Jeff.
Hey, we were out in Arizona, and then there was like an ostrich farm out there, and one of the places served like ostrich omelets and stuff like that. So I had some, and it's very light and delicate. It's very fluffy, airy. You know, it's very tender. It's delicious. You know, the
Probably
taste
prepared the right way.
But have you had ostrich meat yet?
Yeah.
I have. It's amazing. Have you?
No.
I would assume you would have by now.
I've never had ostrich meat.
It's some of the best steak you could ever eat.
The best is when you coat your hand in sugar, and then you have an ostrich shit into your palm.
Jesus, Jimmy. What the fuck? You're not.
Why would he do that?
You're not going into the Hall of Fame with us. Fuck you.
Why would he do that?
It's a delicacy.
Jesus.
Delicacy. Yeah. Gotta try that.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Absolutely.
And there have been a couple guys that have landed without the parachute. I thought so. They attempted that shit.
Well, that must be a hell of a grade,
Mike,
on the way down.
Mikey.
Yo.
Hi, buddy. I thought I heard this. Good with the wingsuit or whatever. A couple guys have landed without the parachute.
Yeah, there's a guy who's landed in cardboard boxes, I believe, on a football field.
Oh, okay, I saw that.
What do you mean?
They piled up a shitload of empty cardboard boxes, and he hit that.
That's cheating a little bit.
Yeah.
There's also another guy who just did it on water, no parachute. So I know they're both on YouTube. You guys should check them out.
I would think the water one is fake.
Really?
And if you're going,
because that's like concrete. Everyone always says that.
Dude, you're falling at a rate. You're not even doing a I don't know what the ratio is, but you're falling a lot more feet per second than you're going forward feet per second.
Right.
But either way, you guys should check it out. And you should start playing Battlefield instead of Call of Duty. Step it up, buddy.
Battlefield. Look, I'm driving a tank.
You guys step it up, dude.
I got to.
I told you.
I got to.
No problem.
Sam, can you make that bigger? No, your penis.
This is the one that lands on water.
Does he use them? The people are all pointing and watching. That's a pretty cool video.
That wingsuit looks badass.
Wow, you really are moving fast.
I don't believe that.
You don't.
Nah, the camera works too weird.
I don't believe it.
I don't buy it either.
Why?
I'm not believing it. It doesn't look right.
The camera work is too fucking
the camera
jumpy.
work is fucking, it's jumpy. There's all kinds of people there. That's bullshit. That should have been fucking like a great view. If you're going to do that,
you would have like 4 different cameras. Yeah, I think you're right.
That was horse shit.
You would set that up proper.
Yep.
You're falling. You're not flying in those suits. You're fucking falling. It gives you a lot of control, and you get more forward motion, but
can you go up?
You still get no.
There's no way.
You are
falling.
You are fucking falling.
And fast too.
What's this guy doing?
Crazy.
This guy's falling out of parachute. He's holding his parachute?
Yeah, I think this is the one where...
oh, come on. What are they duking out?
The one guy lets go, and then this guy puts his parachute on while he's falling. That's
holy shit.
Crazy.
I would never do that.
Why would you do that?
So do you see the one with the guy... I'm sorry, do you see the one with the guy jumping out of the plane?
There he goes, look. That guy... oh, what the hell?
Oh, he doesn't even... Wait, there's no way he held on to it. Yeah. He's just holding the parachute in his hands.
Oh, fuck
and he pulled,
that!
He pulled
I've never
the
seen this
cord.
one.
He pulled the ripcord. Now he's just hanging by the... Come on, what the fuck?
But is he tethered at all? No, I guess not.
I don't know. It didn't look like he was. Yeah, the guy gives him his parachute, and then the guy pulls the cord.
And now he's hanging upside down?
And now he's just hanging from his parachute. He's not, connected.
Imagine just, whoa, and you fall out of it.
That's all I'm thinking.
So you're just done.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
There's no getting back.
We're officially bored.
This guy has really good fucking hand strength, though.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. That looks real. That one looked real. So we're going to talk to the Everest guy.
Yeah.
He's going to try a pretty incredible stunt. He's going to jump from the top.
I wonder how long it takes to get down.
Is it officially a base jump? Oh, no, you said wingsuit, didn't you?
Yeah, he's going to wear a wingsuit, but I think it's still a base jump.
He'll be in studio in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So
right, correct.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll ask him questions.
You heard about the girl shaving her head?
What'd she do?
Oh my God, how annoying is that school?
It's the no tolerance policy bullshit that we've talked about a million times on this show.
I missed that story.
Girl shaves her head.
She's a big Jim Norton fan.
To show support for her friend with cancer.
Or that.
This happens all the time.
Sure.
I remember growing up, people would just shave their head for support for their friends or their mom or something, dad, whatever. School tells her a bald head violates their dress code and she can't come back without a wig. School bows to pressure and reverse course. What? School bows to pressure and reverse.
I know a place you could go where they stay on even in hurricane-force winds. Saw the commercial.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
They no, Maury's Wigs.
Maury's.
Oh, that's right.
They, yeah, they did buckle though, as they should have.
The school buckle?
Could get
Oh
a
God,
wig.
yeah, they had to.
It looks pretty good. Check. You could get a wig over there too, though.
Kids have been shaving their heads for cancer forever.
Yeah, but girls trying to support a friend.
Oh my God!
It's a scumbag school wants to do so. Like, what fucking asshole looks at that and goes, "Yeah, we got to suspend you."
That's really.
So they officially did suspend her or tell her she can't come back.
I think so. Yeah.
Until they did the right thing and figured it out, right? This guy wants to sniff Lady Di's ass on the air.
She's not here.
Yes,
Exactly.
I guess she's doing better, or the Lady Di thing.
I talked to her yesterday on the post show.
Yeah.
She's just making excuses as to why she can't get the blood work done that Dr. Steve wants.
I know.
She's not doing better.
Oh, of course not.
I know.
She's making excuses, right? Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, she's a drunken goose egg.
You want to see this guy drop a joke on the People's Court?
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
What is D's nuts?
Don't spoil the punchline, Jim.
Jimmy.
Sorry.
Who cares?
I didn't mean to.
Well, it's good to see you alive. Yes. I don't know. Maybe this guy was on something. Maybe D hit him. Who knows? He was calling you the suspect in the court. You see? I don't know. Like I said, D hit him, so it wasn't me. Maybe. What's D? D's nuts. This guy's crazy. D what? Huh? These nuts. Harvey?
The key here is you cannot try the same issue in a different court. You get one bite of the apple. That will do it for this
That's
case.
Harvey. So
the
these
next case on the way
were
into the
filmed
court.
years ago, right? Harvey, he doesn't still do
He still
that show.
does it.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he films like 100 episodes in one shot. But,
Right. Oh, but he's still doing it.
Oh, he got
Harvey.
him. He got him so bad.
Yeah, D's nuts. That's always a classic.
He's nuts.
I don't understand the D's nuts.
Oh, my friend D's will clear it up for you.
Who?
D's nuts. You get that one, Travis?
I got it.
Got me good.
Sam and I love these nuts.
Yeah, I know you do.
Do them all day.
I got one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Fucking, I have some A's, some B's, some C's, and some D's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these fucking peckers.
What? Don't ruin these nuts.
Eric in Colorado.
Hey, guys. Hey, that story you just brought up about that girl,
Yeah.
the school board voted last night 3-1 to let her back in, and the guy, the dissenting vote, he's pissed that they let her back in, saying that zero tolerance means zero tolerance. The guy came off just sounding like a complete and total douchebag.
Well, can we take a look? The guy's obviously an absolute jerk off.
Of course.
He really is, yeah. If you listen to his comments on that, he just, there's like, the one TV station this morning played like a short clip, and I've heard a longer clip where he just sounded like a complete total asshole.
Sam, look up.
What's wrong with these people?
Cancer wig school dissenting. God, what a scumbag.
I would homeschool if I didn't have to do all the work.
Right?
You know what I mean? That's the
Really,
problem with
right?
homeschooling. Now you're the teacher all of a sudden. What?
Fuck that.
Exactly.
Why is that against school policy? How the fuck are they going to tell you your hair is wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially at that age, they're just like kids. Not like a high school like skinhead guy coming in fatigues.
Yeah, it's not like they were trying to get D's to come in.
Who?
D's?
D's nuts.
Ah,
Damn it, you got us
shit.
again on that.
I
nailed
keep
him.
falling for
You're
it.
good.
Amazing.
Damn.
Just as good as our Elmo thing.
Let's hear. I want to hear what the guy said.
Yeah, what happened?
All right.
This is a news.
Let's see the news story. Sammy!
I like the
Play.
I did already.
Girl got booted from school for going bald for her friend. Cameron Renfro shaved her head in solidarity with her friend Delaney Campbell, who's going through chemotherapy. Something the girl's mother called very brave.
Friends support each other, no matter what. And this is a very brave little girl, and we should all support her in that fact that she made that decision. And it is a big deal. It's a very big deal.
It sure is. The school says Cameron broke their dress code because her head was apparently too distracting to the other students. She couldn't go to
How is
class.
that distracting more than the
School has now
first
changed
maybe
their mind.
hour?
Well, how about that? They turned that around after huge support
No shit.
for both of these girls. well-placed support.
Who was the one that said?
That's what I want to see.
Like, yeah, who's the one? I bet if you asked, they would pass that buck around like they do around here. Oh no, it wasn't me. It was upstairs. Oh no, it's a policy made by. But who was the one that said suspend her? What? Oh, it was a thing. It was a consortium of people and things that we never have a person. What? Assholes.
Amazing.
I want to know the dissenting. I got to hear this guy.
Yeah, if we can find it, we'll play it for you, Jimmy.
Yes, son of a bitch.
We'll take a little look around.
Did you look-see? Did you see the Nancy Grace thing?
I did not.
I heard about that.
God, you got to.
Can I play it from here? Or you want to
yes,
play it from
actually,
there?
play from there.
Yeah. Well, we don't like Nancy Grace.
What?
I don't understand why she has an audience, because it seems like most people don't like Nancy Grace.
She's hateable, too.
She's extremely hateable, is absolutely right. Mm-hmm. And she's on the Oscar Pistorius trial. And she's blaming it on porno. I know that much.
That's right.
He was watching porn that night or whatever?
He was watching porn. What, she had a problem with that?
Yeah, she wants to make... Not only does she have a problem with that, but she wants to make it...
Did the girlfriend have a problem with it?
Reva Steenkamp.
I don't think that it is as much a part of the case as Nancy Grace would like it to be.
He's obviously a very jealous guy, and they told us a story about him at a party.
If he had no legs, you'd be jealous, too.
Well, yeah. If anybody with... She's most of the earth.
I think you would have a tough time with that if you had no legs.
Sure.
You would put up a good front, but I think deep down inside you'd be
every day
a bit of a jealous person.
Yeah.
Legs.
You got a hot chick like that? Yeah.
Right.
He's got legs.
Especially if she compliments people's legs.
Oh, yeah.
Like if she's always looking at people's calves in magazines.
Oh.
Look, that guy's got nice toes.
Yeah. Oh,
and she looks at your spatula feet, breaks out the Pam.
Well, you get his sweatpants for Christmas.
Yeah, shorts.
No shorts for you.
Feety pajamas.
It'd be like not having D's.
You know what, though?
D's what?
D's.
God damn it!
Schiff will get caught. Schiff gets caught again.
I gotta say it, though. You see it more and more. That fake leg is badass. It's pretty amazing what they've been able to figure out.
When you watch that guy run with those fucking...
Not the spatula legs.
No, when you watch him run with the
attachments.
spatula legs, it's amazing.
Right.
But yeah, they're making ones that look pretty good. Yeah.
But they figured out how to make the knee, the fake knee move naturally, and the ankle even.
Pretty.
There's a roll to the walking now.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. This is what Nancy Grace had to say.
Somehow using his cell phone at 1:48 in the morning. Why is that
look for porn, Dad. Porn.
Well, okay. If it, whatever it was for, though, he was claiming that they were asleep in bed at 10 p.m. that night.
Can you imagine waking up to that voice?
Are you awake yet?
There was porn.
Oh, that's a horrendous voice.
Horrendous.
Did you hear her try to sneak one in at the end, too?
Porn.
There was porn.
What a fucking
Rub
prude.
my feet.
Oh, Jesus.
Meanwhile, she showed her big tit on national television.
Yes, she
Remember
did.
when her filthy nipple came out?
Yes, when she was
slutty nipple.
Dancing with the stars.
Yeah, what type of behavior is that?
As much as I hate her, I don't think that happened. I don't think she meant for that to happen.
Maybe she didn't, but she
did.
should have. She wasn't cautious enough.
And who the fuck was actually turned on by that?
Look at that right
look
there.
at that thing.
Look at that. Look at that. Pornographic nipple. She didn't cover it, did she?
No.
Apparently not, because it's showing.
That's probably what that dude was looking at on his phone.
Porn.
Oh, my God. Would you do that?
No.
Oh, God.
No way.
She is
What
a fat pig.
Oh, she's just fun.
She's a man.
Porn.
She continues here.
Dan, Nancy, we thank you both.
I noticed neither of you want to touch her with a 10-foot pole that he was up trolling the internet for porn just before he kills her, but I'll save that for another day.
Actually, Nancy, we just have to get to the weather, but we want to thank you for joining us. So,
stupid slob.
What do you mean they didn't want to go with that? Whatever.
What do you think, that's risky to talk about porn being a culprit?
Right. I think every single human being looks at porn.
Not Nancy Grace.
Oh, God damn it. I got to tweet her.
Tweet-a-leet-a-leet.
Nice.
I like your tweets, Nancy Grace.
I live for them.
They are
I wish you wouldn't hold back as much, though.
No, I want her to like me.
You're going to get on her show?
Yeah.
She is so consistently wrong with every case.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I found the name of the guy who voted against letting that girl back in school.
Oh.
His name's Bill Newcomer.
Newcomer?
It's not.
Yes, it is. I swear to God.
There's no way. It's a newcomer.
And
Board member Bill Newcomer cast the dissenting vote, saying his decision had nothing to do with the girl. I believe Caprock has a mission and a vision, and that mission and vision elevates critical thinking and puts it above emotionally charged decisions.
What a fucking hunk of
It's not
garbage.
an emotionally charged decision. It's the right decision.
Well, hang on. We're only halfway through. Maybe you'll agree with the next one.
right.
My fear is this sets a precedent and nudges us down a path that we don't want to follow.
Oh,
Slippery slope.
Right, because we don't have the moral courage to make a decision here or a decision there. It's
Right.
all or nothing.
It's got to be
Sure.
all under one handy umbrella.
Are we done with that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wouldn't hear him.
I fucking hate the NFL.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Did you you're reading about the?
Yes.
dunk? Yeah, I read
The
that.
fuck are they doing?
They're great.
They're ridiculous.
What the fuck are they doing?
They're great.
Fuck sportsmanship. I love when a team rubs it in the other team's face.
And that isn't even bad. That's just
What the fuck are they
celebration.
doing?
It's celebratory. It's celebratory.
Goalpost dunks. I did not see this before
Yeah,
this very
yeah,
moment.
It's a good one.
Goalpost dunks will draw flags now. You know, a guy scores a touchdown, he goes for that goofy dunk over the goalpost with the football.
Yeah, you grab it, slam dunk it.
Why is that a problem? Who is bothered by that?
I believe they have a problem with using the football as a prop in any way, shape, or form. They made a rule about it a while back, but this one kind of was grandfathered in, the dunking thing.
Right.
So then they just recently now decided, no, that's got to go too. They don't like
They have
the
a reason for it.
ball being used as
What's
a
the
prop.
reason,
What
Travis?
is the reason?
The reasoning is that if you hit the goalpost, sometimes it will make the goalpost uneven.
Oh, shut up.
And there
That's
have
not the
been times-
reason.
And there,
Sorry.
this
go
is
ahead.
what they're saying. And there have been times, especially last season, where the game had to be stopped because they had to realign the goalpost.
There's always a reason. Instead of saying, look, we're a bunch of babies.
So now it falls under the prop rule, which you could still do like the Lambeau leap. That was grandfathered in with the goalpost.
What's the Lambeau leap?
That's when,
where they go jumping into the stands.
Yeah, they do that in Green Bay.
But other players are not doing it. But it started in Green Bay, where they jump right in and the guys grab you, hold you for a little bit, give you a nice man hug, and then let you go.
What are they making the goalposts out of? It's like toothpicks.
Right.
It's just paper.
It's
paper
it's paper mache.
But if you're a kicker, when you notice it's a little off and go, okay, a little off, so I got to adjust a little bit. It's still a goal post. I got to get it in between those two things.
It's papier-mâché.
Yeah, that was it. Papier-mâché.
So many references.
I know.
So they're not allowing you to dunk it.
Yeah.
Using the ball as a prop or any object as a prop, whether that's the goalpost, the crossbar, that will come out. And that will be a foul next season. I love all that shit. Even if it's against your team, you respect it and love it.
Take all the spontaneous fun out of everything. Let's do that.
Because you know it's a matter of time before your team gets to shove it in their face.
Yeah.
I think sportsmanship is very important.
Oh, Christ almighty.
I think sportsmanship.
Oh, Graham. Good for Graham. He's a saint. His name's Jimmy Graham. He's the one that really likes that dunking thing. He says, he tweeted Tuesday, I guess I'll have to lead the NFL in penalties next year.
Oh, he is a saint.
I hope he fucking does it, continues it.
He must like doing
Bad
that.
example to show the younger people in the country. Bad example for children.
I wish you would shinkle about shutting the fuck up.
Oh, man.
He also tweeted a Photoshop picture of a referee jumping to block his attempt to dunk a ball over the crossbar.
Did a referee really do that?
No, it was Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
But then he later deleted the tweet, so obviously the team or somebody got to him and said, look, man, get rid of that.
Again, don't fucking have any fun.
Oh, God, it's unbelievable. It's a sport, we say it every time, where they're trying to remove each other's heads every single play.
Meanwhile, the Jets just signed a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just
But don't dunk the football. It's in poor
Don't
taste.
dunk the football. Drown a dog and electrocute him.
And allow him back in the league.
Yeah.
But he did his time, you know. Yeah.
He did, but there's so many guys that still have committed felonies. If the NFL wants to clean up these lying scumbags, anyone convicted of a felony cannot be a part of your
There you
league.
go. There's your morality clause. Take football back to the fucking early days.
But why not? You know what I mean? If that's how you want to do it, then do it.
Wouldn't spinning the ball in the end zone be using the ball as a prop? Yes. I think most of that stuff is becoming a no-no.
Are you allowed to even spike the ball anymore?
Yeah, but it has to be done very like. I'm from the 50s or 60s, really quick and just
I don't think it can be towards the other team.
Right, you can't really showboat it. I think that came out last year.
Can you go into the end zone, put the ball down on the ground next to you, and take one knee? Like they used to when they scored a touchdown, they had to do that wacky little move.
I think you should be able to walk up to the opposing quarterback's mother in the stand and punt the football up under her skirt. That's what you should be able to, that's how you should.
That's good.
God.
Put in like a nice celebration.
I just don't understand their reasoning on any of this stuff.
I don't like it.
I hate sportsmanship. Because you know inside they fucking hate the other team and really love the fact they beat the shit out of them. But then they have to go on camera like, I got to hand it to my opponent.
They came to play.
Right. Well, we were the better team today. But no disrespect because they're a good team too. But what I'm saying here is that.
Well, they're just fucking saying horrible things about them and their family.
Of course. And I'm okay with all that. Jimmy Graham dunks the ball because he used to play college basketball. All right, I figured there was some kind of basketball connection there. Sure. What about this Dan Bio Bondi? This one.
Who's that guy?
He's just some guy. I think it's an internet radio show. He does like some conservative radio show.
Right.
Yeah. And it's in Rhode Island, I believe. And he was outside one of those senator meeting deals. And he got in the senator's face and was asking about the Second Amendment. And I thought the senator's response was very funny.
Oh.
Yeah, the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. You people need to understand that. Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Comment, sir. Thank you.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
That's the senator.
That's the senator's response.
Yes.
What is he? What do you think?
Good
He's
for
in
him,
House
too.
of Cards?
Good for him too.
That's crazy.
He thought
The guy's getting in his face. You should be able to say, "Go fuck yourself."
He thought that was his Kevin Spacey internal monologue.
Right.
Talking to the camera.
And
he
meanwhile,
realized
it came out, to everybody.
Oh no.
Oh.
Let me.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Right here in the airport.
Yeah.
You can fuck yourself right here in the airport. Steve the therapist.
You guys were talking about the backlash that that young girl got because she shaved her head.
Right.
Well, at Haven Middle School in Evanston, Illinois, they banned leggings and yoga pants. And the girl saying that it was too distracting for the boys.
Oh. It's probably true.
There's a well, yeah.
That look,
and there's
that look is amazing, man.
Oh my God!
At that age?
Everybody's walking around now with just the yoga pants on.
No, I mean, if you're a boy that age and you got your classmate girls wearing yoga pants, you're going to be fucking out of control.
So, you say ban yoga pants?
No.
Oh, good. What do we have to look at? You had no idea what the girl's body looked like until you took everything off and went, oh, wow, this is a nice surprise.
Some of those Sassoon and Jordache jeans looked pretty good.
Yeah, that did come out.
That was pretty good.
During our time.
But yeah, we got a lot of baggy peasant dresses, and
it was like skirts, like jean skirts and shit, and bulky, and right,
80s sweaters.
Yeah, you just had no idea what the body looked like at all.
Terrible.
And sometimes, whoa, were you disappointed?
Yep.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What happened? Clothes come up. Oh no! What happened?
You look like you're a 12-year-old boy.
What happened?
What the hell? What are you padding this with?
Yeah.
Sure. That's bad though. When you think they're 6.
Oh God.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
All right, guys, punch it out. Take care.
Yes.
Remember the tiger that injured Roy of Siegfried and Roy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dead.
Oh no.
What happened? Never know what happened.
Died of a broken heart.
Dead. Is that it? He lived another 10 years after that mauling.
Sure did. He was a hero in the tiger community.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was 17. How old is that in like tiger years?
I don't even know what a
human
tiger
years
is.
or whatever. How do you do that?
156?
He was 156, this tiger, huh?
Beavis is so cute on the tile floor. I turn the heat up. I have radiant heat on the tile floor.
Yeah.
And he just lays down and starts doing this roly-poly thing all over the floor.
Because he's in pain. You're burning him. This is adorable thing when I put him in the oven and load on low simmer.
Aw. It's adorable.
I hope, believe me, I hope that your relationship with him ends the same way as this tiger and fucking Roy.
I don't want him to rip my throat out.
You know what their story on the tiger was?
I'm reading that. They're
Yeah.
delusional to this day.
Yeah.
Now, let me give you a few facts. Tigers live between 15 and 26 years when we have them in captivity. He was, Manticore was 17, but they did call him Monticore.
Monticore.
Yeah, after they were big Monty Hall fans.
Oh, was that it?
I stopped the show for that. Yep.
Yeah. Horn 69 and partner Siegfried 74 have said they believe Monticore sensed Horn was having a mini stroke and was dragging him to safety.
He knows what a stroke
there
is.
you go.
Rather than attacking him. Animal experts have disputed that theory.
There you go.
They were in denial, man.
Dragging him by his face?
Yeah, that's what you do when someone's having a stroke.
Yeah, make it worse. Make it
Grab
worse.
them by their flesh and pull.
Just pull.
He grabbed his feet and pulled them off because he thought that he was having some sort of a heart issue.
Yeah, thanks for nothing. I will forever believe it was his concern for my safety and well-being that caused him to act as he did on that night long ago. We spent many hours together, and he never failed to bring me great joy and wonderment. It was my great honor to be beside him at the end. He is now playing with his siblings in White Tiger Heaven.
Oh, is that White Tiger Heaven? That's nice.
How is he? Does he speak better, Horn, and all that?
He must be a mess.
He's fucked up.
They give up that gig, dude. No one has really seen him much. I mean, he must be a disaster.
That sucks.
That monkey that ripped the lady's face off, he sensed an ingrown hair in her nose.
Oh, really?
That's all it was.
Okay.
He was
trying to get
an
to it.
ingrown hair, and he was trying to pull it out.
Yeah.
And then he figured he'd use her thumbs to do it, so he had to rip those off of her hands.
No, he thought that her thumbs were like those little juice tops that you pull off and drink.
Oh, you give a little beverage
Yeah,
there?
he thought there was a delicious beverage in her hand.
Those are pictures of him after the accident.
Oh,
I think
where-
so.
Oh, boy.
Was that him?
boy.
He don't look that bad.
Well,
he looks fatter, right?
As opposed to good.
It looks yeah.
Wow.
It looks like he's stuck in that facial expression, though.
What a fatso.
Well, I think it might have to do with the fact that a tiger bit his
Mauled
face
him,
off.
maybe.
Yeah, really? Obviously, didn't bite his fucking, what are they, had a thyroid gland?
Shit. Jesus.
Fucking, how fat is he?
Oh, my God.
How do you expect the other good-looking one to keep fucking you?
Oh, this poor guy. Keep fucking you. Exactly.
What, are they partners?
Oh,
look
boy.
at him.
I hope so.
He was,
Just in business, I'm sure.
Oh.
Is that the lion
yeah.
that killed him?
Exactly.
Or
They're treating each other's cocks like harmonicas.
Let's say hi to Rich in Florida. This goes back to Jimmy's point. Rich, go ahead.
Yeah, the Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, he was pulled over, I think, last week for DUI and had possession of illegal substance. Faces up to 4 felony charges. And he's the one that is the notorious tweeter that has his holier-than-thou tweets about shit that goes on in the NFL. But you don't hear the NFL saying much about that.
That's a good point.
Very good point.
Yeah, where are they on that scumbag owner?
Right. He's in Dutch. Thank you, sir. I think we should get ready for our big interview.
Yeah, I got to go take a
How do you say his
tinkle.
name? J-O-B-Y.
Joby.
Jabai?
Jimmy's lying.
No, I'm not.
You look down. You should look
Joby.
down.
I'm just telling you.
I saw your face. You did this.
Cheekiness is coming
It
out.
is cheeky.
No,
Look at cheeky.
Yes, I am.
Why can't you hold it together?
You're a cheeky boy.
He got cheeky.
You fall apart within 15 seconds.
I love it. Shit.
Oh, man.
Once again, our podcast is out. Every Wednesday, the Opie and Anthony podcast, so go get it. It's the best of 2004. Or I would call it a taste of... Can we rename it a taste of 2004?
Yes, it's a taste of 2004.
Or is it too late to say that? Because that would mean we only had an hour and a half of great material from 2004.
Yeah, that's stretching.
Yeah.
It should say the best material of 2004 plus an hour.
We'll be back with more Opie and Anthony.
Thank you.
Jesus, Jimmy.
Who fucking ruined that Uncle Paul bit?
What do you mean?
Who went in there and put all that extra shit in there?
It's always been like that.
No, it has not. That music, absolutely not.
It's 2 years old.
But I haven't heard that. I've never heard that version with the music in it and with the that words at the end. I've never heard that.
Yeah. As far as I know, we've never gone into a piece of production and then changed
that Uncle Paul bit with the Jordache music.
It's always
I've never heard that, dude.
I don't remember either, but
none of us do. That was changed. Did Sal do that?
Yeah, it was Sal.
Well, but I asked him.
No, he didn't. No, we don't go in and edit bits after they've already been on the air.
That's horrendous.
No, that's just how it's always been.
Oh, I never noticed it. I mean, I never heard it. Thanks.
I think you should pay more attention, Jim.
I do.
No, you don't.
I promise. I'm always here. Bell's on, ready to go.
I know, this song is fun.
Is the guy here?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joby.
Let me get a couple bites in.
I think that's him.
Let him wait for a second.
He's gonna fly. Fly like a bird. Oh, there we go. How you doing, sir?
Right.
Take a seat right there. That's it.
You have the look. Here's the look of a guy who's going to do something crazy.
Like a Daredevil thing going on?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot lately.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, this is quite amazing.
Well, we got to start with how do you pronounce your name?
Joby Ogwyn.
Joby Ogwyn.
All right.
And you're going to jump from the top of the Mount Everest.
I am. I'm going to try.
That's like a few stunts in one.
It is kind of like a few
just
stunts
getting
in
up
one,
there is kind of a problem.
Yeah, let's start there. You've been to the top a bunch of times, right?
3 times, 3
Wow.
expeditions there. This is the 4th one, yeah.
The youngest guy ever to do it, I heard?
I was the youngest American.
Oh, they have subcategories?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, that's it?
Oh, youngest American. No, of course that's incredibly impressive. But you also did it without oxygen?
I tried it without oxygen. I got within about 300 feet of the top and had to turn around because a storm was blowing.
Wow.
But I had gone from base camp to almost the top in like 10.5 hours. So I was doing a speed ascent without oxygen and solo. No Sherpas, no ropes, none of that. So
ropes?
No ropes, yeah. Just free climbing everything. Yeah. So it was even I didn't get those last few hundred feet, it was still probably one of my more impressive.
But who else was up there? Couldn't you just say you did it?
The Yeti was up there, you know.
Oh, man. the Yeti, yes.
It was
like the Yeti.
But without ropes, I mean, how dangerous does it get? How narrow do some of those areas get when you're climbing?
Well, this was on the north side, so it's kind of the north face. So everything's a little bigger and more wide open. The south side, which I'll climb for this particular project for Discovery, is a little more narrow and sharper on the ridge. So it's definitely hard.
I love Mount Everest stuff. So how many people die a year doing this or attempting?
Oh, plenty.
Do they have an
Several
actual
people
number?
die every year. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's never been a year that people haven't died
Right.
to the top.
And they're also talking about finally cleaning up the bodies.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do anything at 26, 27,000 feet, you know, where they're at up there. So it's kind of hard to justify spending a bunch of money and risking guys' lives.
And you've obviously seen the bodies, right? They're well marked. They're actually used as markers.
There are some that are used as landmarks almost, yeah, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
But true.
Yeah, make a left at Ed. It's kind of frightening.
Left.
It's like old blue gloves and green boots. There's a guy green boots.
I've seen green boots. I forgot. Some website did a whole thing on a lot of the bodies that you see as you're climbing. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean they're frozen and wedged in there pretty good. So it's more like just don't disturb them, and you know.
Yeah.
But the one green boots guy, you have to actually step over him to get where you're going.
Well,
So.
why wouldn't people move him to the side a little bit?
He is moved to the side a little bit. He's kind of in what they call the cave area, which is a place, it's kind of a protected place. But
Right.
you know what you see is a lot of these guys, they just get exhausted. They make it to the top or close to the top, and then trying to get down, and they just sit down in the snow and they just.
Which is harder, getting up or down? Because getting down seems like it would be harder because you can't see where you're putting your foot.
That's kind of true. The only thing that keeps me going down is the motivation of usually having gotten to the top. You're kind of stoked that you made it work, so you're excited to get back down and get out of there.
Now, Green Boots has a family. Like, they never try to figure out how to get his body down?
Yeah, I mean, they might have, but I mean, I know other people who have tried to do that, but it's just you would have to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and if you don't have that kind of money to be able to do it, it would be a massive undertaking because you'd have to. Yeah, I mean, most of these guys are very close to the top.
I also hear that people die because there's like log jams and stuff.
Well, that's the problem in the last several years is there's way too many people up there, and 99 out of 100 of them shouldn't be there in the first place.
Wow, really?
And there's, and there's a lot of people that are holding you up, and you only have a certain amount of time, and then there becomes some kind of logjam as you're waiting for people to come back down from some of these narrow areas that you have to get through.
Yeah, right up near the top is where it really gets tight, and unfortunately, there's just too many people doing it. But the country needs the money. They're one of the poorest countries in the world. That's one of their main revenue
So
streams.
they're just like, hey, anybody, give us money.
Pretty much.
How much does it cost? Like, let's say we want to do it. How much would it cost us?
The cheapest you're going to get is like, 30 grand
a person,
and you're not going to be having a very good time at base camp because you're going to be eating rice and lentils the whole time.
Wow.
It's not a high end trip, but if you want to go and do it the right way and have the best support, it's 65, and up.
Wow.
65 grand. So, for us, hopefully we'll be able to be a really tight, fast, lightweight team, and we could be well ahead of most of those guys.
One more question before we get into your stunt. How long can you stay at the top before you really got to turn around?
The very tip top, if you got plenty of oxygen, you can stay for, a couple hours at the most, But most people, when you realize you get to the top, you realize how far away you are from everything.
And you just want to get back down.
You get a few photos, and then you're out of there.
What's the average stay time, like 15 minutes or so?
Something like that, 15, 20 minutes, probably like that now. I stayed up there an hour one time, the first time I actually did it, because we just had such perfect weather. I was enjoying it.
And describe that. Describe the feeling of being up there for an hour, more or less by yourself. I mean, some people are coming and going, obviously, but
I was
what goes
really
through your
lucky
mind?
because the first time I did it, actually, all 3 times that I've been up there, I've found myself alone or with just 1 or 2 other people. So I had a really nice experience in that. But the feeling is great because you're as far away from everybody and all your problems and issues and normal life as you can possibly be. So that part of it, at least for me, is a really great feeling. Just you're just away from everything.
How big is the area up there? Like you said, there's a couple of people. Like when you're standing on the tip, how big of an area do you have?
If you're standing on the tip top, it's like a little snow cone. So 2 people can stand on the tip top, but if the area right below it is actually where I'll be and where I'll jump from. So it's pretty big. I mean, it's a couple, maybe 3 or 4 times the size of this room.
How far is that from the top of the snow cone?
It's right there. As soon as you kind of walk down a little bit, it expands out. So the area, can accommodate lots of people. It's just that the area below that, to get to that top, the little ridge to the summit, is very tight.
300. I'm still stuck on 300 feet. So you can look up and just see it. And how much longer would that have taken you?
That's the problem at that altitude. It doesn't sound like a very long distance. It's not. I had actually done all the climbing. I just kind of walk across the ridge, but it would have been an hour and a half or something like that minimum. Yeah,
it's minimum hour and a half to go 300 feet at that height.
Climbing without oxygen, all alone. Yeah,
an hour and a half.
Going.
Why do you just get completely out of breath really quickly, or
you just like you're kind of in slow motion. You start to hallucinate a little bit. You kind of seeing things. I was watching little gremlins crawling around that obviously weren't there.
Whoa.
So your mind's playing tricks on you a little bit. Yeah, maybe they were. I seen a Yeti too.
Yeah, the Yeti. Or his North American
did you really
cousin,
see a Yeti,
the
or just
Sasquatch.
No, I've seen.
Wait, he said he saw a Yeti. I thought you were just joking about that shit.
Everybody always thinks I am, but it's totally true. 2004 in Tibet, I was climbing the 6th highest mountain in the world. It was a full moon. Walked right out of my tent. There he was.
Come on,
a Yeti.
And what'd you say?
I say a Yeti because I think he's not the Yeti, because there must be more than one. But it looked like a little bear. And then,
so why wasn't it just a little bear?
Left. Well, the reason I realized it wasn't a bear is because it sat there for about 10 seconds, and then
drove away.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, but when it left, it took one big leap, and it jumped over a mountain of rocks that must have been 300 feet high. So it just like disappeared.
Whoa!
Sure, it didn't fly.
It looked like it was flying. I was standing there with 10 other people, though, so it wasn't like I was crazy.
It didn't jump 300 feet.
It looked like it took 2 steps and went up and out of there. It was
and
a big
they all
hill of
saw
rocks. Everybody with me saw it. Even the Sherpa cook boy just said, "Don't go up there." That was his exact words.
So they all believe in the Yeti, the Sherpas and stuff.
Oh yeah, Yeah, I mean,
They're
I
not
think it's a
dumb
real
They're
animal.
not dumb people.
No, they're not super educated, but they live in an area where
They
these
know their
animals
surroundings is
obviously
what I
are.
mean.
Yeah, they know their surroundings, sure.
And they believe.
Yeah.
And you believe now.
I'm a believer now. Yeah.
William Shatner saw one of those.
Yeah.
He was on the wing of an airplane. I swear.
Was the air thin when you saw the Yeti?
That's
I
what
got to
everybody
challenge
asks
on
me.
this a little bit.
They're like, I knew I let the can out there on that one. No, I was at base camp, so it wasn't like, we weren't. But I had summited twice on this mountain, and I had just done a speed ascent, and it was a full moon. But, it was a strange thing. I actually came up and shook the tent I was in. We thought I was sitting in there with having dinner with like 10 or 12 other guys from Spain, friends of mine, and something grabbed the tent and started shaking it, the corner of the tent I was sitting in. And we thought, oh, it's a buddy of ours. Somebody's going to walk in. And when nobody walked in, we were like, what the hell was that? So we walked out of the tent to go and look at, and everybody was kind of staring at it. I was like, what are you guys staring at? And boom, there it was.
How big?
It was big. I mean, it was crouched down, and it seemed to be about like that.
That's about, what, 4 feet?
4 feet high,
I think
crouched
if it
down.
stood up, it'd be a lot taller. First, I thought it was a yak because they bring in these big furry yaks to carry all the equipment out at the end, and it was the end of the expedition. Then I quickly realized this is not a yak.
You got to shoo it away. Don't come back.
I was just curious what it wanted. I mean, it was like dinner's over.
That's fascinating. All right, so let's get to this thing. You're going to jump off the top. And you're going to use a wingsuit, we were hearing?
Well, I'm going to use a lot of different equipment to get up and get down, but the wingsuit is kind of, the main piece, and I'll have some accessories that'll allow me to jump off the top and then land at the bottom. Those are things I'm kind of keeping secret right now, and you kind of have to watch the show for that. But the main flight
springs, a few springs to push out a little further.
Giant ladder.
Right.
As much as people want to try to figure it out or speculate.
Have you done a lot of wing suit jumps?
I've done a lot. Well over 1,000 now.
They look scary, man.
It is. It can be.
Are you in some of those videos where they come flying over your head?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You've done all
really
that.
Close to that stuff. Yeah, terrain flying.
How do you
flying
control
over
that? Because some of those guys are. It looks like they're barely 20 feet off the ground when they go flying over their body, their buddy's head or something.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a lot closer than that. I've seen guys and been within inches of stuff, rock formations and stuff like that. But the suit. People don't realize how in control you actually are. I mean, you're like Superman in the suit.
Amazing.
You think, I want to go over there, and you go. Now, you can't just put the suit on and start doing that. It takes years of training and jumping out of aircraft and figuring it all out. And it took me a long time, and I'm pretty on it kind of guy, and it still took me years. And I still learn stuff every time I jump now. So it's a long process if you want to do it safely and successfully.
Now, without giving any info on what you're using, are you going to need something besides just running and jumping off the top of a mountain? Because I would assume you're not going to be able to get away faster than you're going to fall into some real estate.
Right.
Okay.
No, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
The mountain is shaped. It doesn't have a perfectly vertical cliff that you can do a normal base jump off of. So what I'm going to do, I'll definitely have some accessories that'll allow me to get
that's
out
going
and
to
away
be
from
interesting to see.
And the air's thin. That's going to affect some
Will that help or hurt? Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I thought that you would just kind of fall out of the sky. You'd be swimming a little bit. But I did a test jump in 2010 out of an airplane and jumped from almost right at the summit level, right next to Everest. Like I just flew right next to Everest, and I flew down and landed at the base camp, and all the equipment worked great. There's some equipment I'll use that I haven't used that I couldn't test there, but we tested it here in the United States. So it's a cool system. It all works together. It's the coolest science, technology, James Bond style stuff.
How do you practice for something like this?
Like that, jumping out of planes, I guess.
It's a lot of jumping out of planes.
Right.
Mostly. Helicopters, all that.
Right.
We're amazed with this guy. I'm sure you know who he is. What's his name? Alain Robert or?
The Spider-Man.
The French guy who climbs with no equipment whatsoever, just a little bit of resin or rosin for his hands. And I'm sure you could do that if you can climb with no equipment on Everest.
Well, I always like him because he's one of my heroes. He actually friended me on Facebook not too long ago, and I was watching him on the news just the other day. He's a cool guy. I always wanted to be able to do something. He's one of the guys who's inspired me to do what I do now.
Do you think you could do that?
I don't think I could do it. A lot of what he's done, if I trained for a specific building, then yeah, I could do that. But I mean, he's amazing, and to do it without any safety, I'd at least like to have a parachute on or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case.
What have you done in the past that's like, holy shit?
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of different television projects and shows and stuff, and most of my specialty was learning how to do stuff really fast. So I had a show at one point where I had to learn how to do something in like a week. So it might be like big wall mountain climbing, race car driving, bull riding, bullfighting, things like that. So extreme whitewater kayaking. Having a background in climbing helps a lot, or parachuting or skydiving or base jumping, wingsuit flying, all that stuff. It's all stuff you have to learn, and it all happens quick.
Right. So you can dig your finger. I'm always amazed at these guys. You dig your fingers into this little teeny crack in the rock, and you don't fall.
It's all about training. Yeah.
You must have very strong hands.
I used to. I'm getting a little older now. I'm not as fast or as strong as I used to be.
That's why you're doing Mount Everest.
Yeah. Actually, jumping off would be easier than climbing down, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be down in like 10 minutes. My camera crew, those guys will be, 2 or 3 more days to
Oh,
get back
man.
down. So I'll probably be here back in New York before
Poor
those guys get back
bastards.
to base camp. Yeah, right?
Oh, that sucks for them.
Yeah.
Now, getting the equipment up there, that seems like a lot of extra weight.
It's a lot of extra stuff going up there this time, between cameras and extra suits and all the extra stuff that we have. But I've got a great Sherpa team that's going to help me get all that stuff up there.
And how long is the shoot up there? I mean, you got to figure what? You got to get this all done within an hour or two tops, right?
We've got 2 hours for the live show, and it starts.
But I mean, to
as we
shoot the
get
whole
to-
thing. I mean, you're not going to have a lot of time to make sure you get everything right.
Yeah, how are you doing a live show with weather?
Well, it's just as pretty simple. We just don't announce a certain date until we know that we're getting really close.
Right.
And you got to start climbing like 3 or 4 days ahead of when you want to get there, so people will have a pretty good idea.
That's what it's going to take you with the equipment and everything from base camp is about 3 days?
Yeah, probably 3, maybe 4 days, depending. Our weather reports are really, really good, so the weather tells you kind of what's happening about a week out. Yeah.
How narrow? Don't you guys sleep on fairly what's the way, inclined areas when you're way up that high? How inclined is something you'll have to sleep on or an area?
There's several nice flat places, and they have 4 camps. And the first, I'd say 3 out of 4 are pretty, on kind of like these big shelf kind of areas. But the third one, Camp 3, is actually on what they call the Lhotse face, which is this big 4,000-foot face that's ice and rock, and it's not a friendly place to be or a fun place to be at all. Yeah.
So how do you sleep there?
Basically, between me and my team, we have to you build a platform. So if you've got a big incline, you have to kind of chip that platform out. So it's a lot of work up there. Yeah.
You've seen the tents where they're right on the side of the mountain, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those things are... You've slept in those?
I've slept in those where you're completely vertical.
Just a sheer wall.
Yeah. Just a wall.
Sam, show Jimmy if you...
How do you sleep like that? What do you got to do if you got to pee? Where do you walk?
I don't know how you
hate
get...
that.
That's a good question.
I don't know how you get a good night's sleep.
I can't sleep well in my bed. I have sleep apnea. Can you plug in a machine up there?
You got to see these tents on the side of mountains. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've
There you
seen
go.
these things. It's just
pop one of those up. for Jimmy.
Portaledge.
Oh, that's how you sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that.
You've actually done that.
That is nuts.
Isn't that crazy? It's all just hanging.
It's a weird feeling to be up there like that. Yeah, with nothing underneath you.
And then you wake up in the morning and realize, oh my God.
All right, I'm here.
Drop a deuce.
Yeah, because you probably have a dream like you're in bed or home, and then you wake up like, oh, that's right, I got to
Look at all these tents set up.
Where do you
3 or
go
4 of
after
them.
you wake up? How do you climb that?
How do you clean up everything to continue climbing? Jesus.
That's one thing about that particular type of climbing, especially, is you have so much equipment. It's just like you have to have all that stuff.
Amazing, yeah.
But the last thing you want to hear is you better hope it's a good strong tent bottom.
Right?
The last thing you want to hear is
rip.
You're probably also, in addition to having the tent attached to the wall, you're probably attached to the wall as well, right? So if the tent rips, you're okay.
Yeah, there's, as you can see from that photo, there's lots of safety lines and stuff. So
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're sleeping on the side of a rock. It's not natural.
Yeah, that's crazy. We got a couple phone calls coming in for you. Let's say hi to Sean in New York City. Sean.
Hello?
Hi.
Go ahead, Sean.
How's it going? Yeah, I was just curious about the diet that you guys go through as, like, super athletes, since you're climbing up a lot. And a buddy of mine and I, we were discussing whether or not you eat fast food I just want to know how you felt about, like, Wendy's.
I actually like Wendy's. No, I live in Southern California, so it's pretty easy to eat healthy, but there has to be a balance because on expeditions especially, you're not always able to get your wheatgrass and stuff like that. So you got to be kind of flexible with that.
Yeah, well, you're probably not going to like Wendy's nuts that's flapping off your chin. I'm punching out.
What do you need? What do you look to eat if you're looking for the energy you need to climb up a mountain like that?
I'll have pretzels.
Not you.
Jimmy.
That's a good question. The answer usually disappoints people, but Snickers bars and Coca-Cola.
Really?
That stuff actually works, huh?
It does. Coca-Cola is great. I mean, that's the original energy drink. And
but how long does it last you when you take a Snickers and a Coke? How much will that give you before you crash, a sugar crash?
Well, the thing about like high altitude climbing is that your body starts shutting down a little bit anyway, so you start to lose your appetite. Your body's trying to survive. It won't your digestion and all that everything changes, so you're not as hungry. It doesn't take as much.
Let me say hi to Jim in Ohio. Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I got a question for your guest. I watched this show one day when them guys were doing that fly suit thing, and they all went flying underneath this bridge. But one of the dudes hit the bridge, and I'm just wondering if this is one of the guys if it was his friend or if he was with them. Or
I know the guy who hit the bridge. I didn't know him personally, but I know the guy who was with him because he's my best friend. Jerry Corliss, yeah. And
okay, yeah. Some blood went on that guy. It was his buddy, man. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a rough one for Jeb, I think, because he survived it and his buddy died, and yeah, that was a bad one.
What happened? They were flying under a bridge?
They were trying to go over a bridge, and the guy actually, one guy cleared it, and the other guy hit the bridge. Yeah, it was a pretty bad scene. That was several years ago. But, it's the one good thing I would say about that is the technology of the suits has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
That guy, he just timed it a little bit wrong. The new suits make it safer. He could have kind of popped up and gone away if he had one of those. Damn. Who knows? But I mean, anytime you're flying, a man flying is not right. A man flying close to stuff is, dangerous.
It's inherently very dangerous, yeah.
Speaking of that, Rob in Mississippi, go ahead.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Good, bro.
A question I had for you, it is a perspective, really. I don't know how the Freedom Tower is, but, for example, if all things were perfect and you left off the Freedom Tower, how many city blocks could you travel in this suit? Or can you measure it that way?
That's a cool idea. I would love it if they'd let me do that.
They do. They love it. They just allow it.
Yeah,
they just got some guys
in jail right about now.
Yeah, those guys weren't very smart about how they did that. But you could fly a long way. Because once you fall like 200 or 300 feet, the suit starts going as fast as you just about want it to go. So you could hit 150 miles an hour in just a few seconds, and you could make it. You could fly all the way across Central Park, kind of deal, if you knew what you were doing. A long way. Yeah, you stay up there for a really big, high performance suit, man. Everybody in New York would see you.
How great that would get to work that way.
Wait. Let's slow this. So, you jump from the Freedom Tower. How long before you would hit the ground? The longest you could stay up.
How tall is the Freedom Tower?
It's 1,200, 1,100 feet or so.
Oh, that's it.
1776.
Oh, that's the very top of the spire. Okay, yeah.
I would say you could fly for half a minute more before you'd even pull the parachute. Which sounds like a short period of time, but it's a long time if you're flying.
Yeah, if you're flying.
Maybe more. I mean, I know you can jump off a 2,000-foot cliff like what we do in Switzerland just for training, and easily fly for close to a minute.
Wow. So you would jump off the Burj Tower. I'm obsessed with that tower in Dubai. You would do that in a second, right?
Oh yeah, I was actually over in Dubai hanging out with some guys that work for the Prince, the Crown Prince, because he's a skydiver and he was in love with skydiving. So he built his own drop zone there.
Why wouldn't he?
Why would you not? I begged them to let me jump off that thing, along with some other people too. Everybody wants to jump off the tallest building in the world. It would be cool because you could actually jump off of it. You could do this in the Freedom Tower too. You jump off, and instead of just flying away, you could just go circles around the building like Superman. Now that would be cool.
They did allow guys. They put a crane out, and these guys base jumped off it.
Yeah.
And they allowed them to do that.
Yeah, that you know why? Because the Crown Prince gave him permission to do that. That was the Crown Prince's #2 guy who I met and asked if I could do it too. He's like, "Nah, we're saving it for me." You know. So yeah, Nasser, good old Nasser.
How weird is it though, to be a guy who looks at that building? Like I look at that building, like, oh, it's so scary, and you look at it and go, like, oh, I'd love to jump off that. Like, what a different mindset that is.
Where does that come from?
Yeah.
Always like that, even as a kid. Were you doing the bicycles off the ramps?
I think I was. Yeah, I was definitely doing the bicycles off the ramps. You know, I was definitely. When I was a little kid, I wished that I can remember thinking this. I hope I live long enough that the technology is so good that we have a suit that can allow you to fly.
Yeah,
and
well,
so
there
I'm
you
kind of
go.
living the dream now.
Yeah. Let me say hi to Adam in Canada. A great question here, Adam.
Hey, man, how's it going?
All right.
Good. Just wondering, you're going to be jumping from 30,000 feet. Generally, you've got to acclimatize to get up and down. How are you going to acclimatize? Because you're going to be, what you said, 10 minutes to get down.
Well, the key to acclimatization is going slow, and obviously coming down I'll go fast, but the way that it works is you have to acclimatize to go high, but to go down, the faster you go down, the better you feel.
Oh,
so
wow.
So it's kind of the opposite in that way.
Yeah, you got to get used to it on the way up each
Right.
time.
Right.
You know, you hit another level, and then on the way down, it's just all good.
It's all good, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to have to go up and then back down a little bit? Is that still the case?
Yeah, you don't just go up until you get to the top. You go up, you'll stay for a little while at like one of the camps, and then you come back down, and you rest at base camp for a little while, then you go back up and you go a little higher the next time.
Wow, why?
Because you just can't let your body won't take it all at once. Your body just won't do it. You got to do it over weeks and weeks. It's a really long process. That's part of Everest climbing there is really hard because you have to basically be there for 2 months. And who has 2 months to be camping?
It takes that long.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody who's trying to climb it is there right now.
Right.
I'll be a few days later, but I'm leaving in just a few days. But they'll stay till the end of the month of May, most of them.
So you're leaving in a couple of days, and you're going to start your 2 months to get to the top.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it'll be. I acclimatize a lot quicker than most people. The guys I'm with are all big-time professional guys. Even my camera guys have summited, more than one time. So we should be ready to go sometime in the first part of May and be ahead of most of those other guys who will summit like 25, 23, something like that. Yeah.
How do you climb? Like, what kind of workouts do you do? You must have amazing cardio to be able to do it.
Yeah. I do a lot of running. A lot of long distance running, run for 10, 15 miles. I do that, 2 or 3 times a week. And then I'm lucky, especially now right behind my house, I got these big hills that I can run on, hike all around. So it's mostly that. Spend a little time in the gym, but it's a lot of running.
And how is there a test to know that you're acclimatized?
There kind of is, actually. A guy, one of the greatest mountain climbers in the world, a friend of mine from Spain, showed me this trick that once you kind of feel like I should be acclimatized, you take your boots and socks off, and you sort of press down on the bottom of your foot. And if the blood takes a long time to kind of move back into it, so like it should just so you push your thumb into it, it should stay white. And if it comes back, that's how you know your blood's really thick because it's moving around a little bit slow. Or you can do old school Russian way of just cut your thumb open and see what comes out. And if it's that real thick, dark blood, then it's like, I've seen guys do that.
That is climatized, or that's not climatized?
You're acclimatized.
So they actually cut their thumbs to see how their blood's doing.
And then you got to climb with a sore thumb.
No problem.
I figured the Russians would do that, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's okay.
It's not a problem.
Don't worry.
What are you, pussy?
Yeah. So this has never been done before? No one's ever parachuted off it?
No, actually, there's been not many, but I think a couple, 3 or 4 different guys have paraglided off the summit. It's been a while back.
Yeah, wow.
Back in the 80s. And then some Sherpa guys did a tandem like a couple years ago. Wow. This is a little bit different what we're doing, but it's still the idea of jumping off the top is a pretty cool idea. I'm not the only guy who wanted to do it, that's for sure.
Right. Did you see the Felix, what was his name, Felix Baumgarten jump?
I did. I saw it. I wanted to do that too, actually. That project, he got it. Red Bull got it. But no, I would say I was happy to watch what Felix did because in a lot of ways his project opened the doors for me to do my project. So, that's not long after that I made my partnership with Discovery and we got together and started working on it.
When you're falling, because there was one point where he's falling, I mean, he was at such a different altitude, but he was spinning out of control, and I guess he put his arms up like almost like goalposts. How do you stop yourself from spinning out of control? Because he couldn't use that little parachute that the guys use.
Right. No, I watched him, and he did this. He's trying to stabilize himself because you can't pull the parachute when you're spinning out of control. It's the same thing no matter what kind of flight you're doing.
You'll get tangled, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was way up there, so there was literally no resistance at all. And I think he knew there would be, as he came down, there was more and more and more atmosphere to kind of catch him a little bit. But he did. He just spread his arms and legs like a starfish, they call it, and you just try to stabilize yourself like that.
Does it work? If there's no air, you just...
It does work, but I mean, at super high altitudes. I mean, I expect to drop a little bit before I feel the suit bite into the air. A little bit, but we'll see.
If he had, because I thought of that too, like what if you panic at that height? He jumped, I think, from 120,000. Say you're at 98,000 or 106,000, and you just have a panic attack and yank.
Oh my God!
Because you're falling so fast. I think he broke the sound barrier. If you pull the chute at that speed, would it rip you or would it really hurt you?
The one thing about any kind of flight, especially, like wingsuit stuff, you have to try to slow yourself down. You don't want to pull the parachute at the last second, because you could break your neck. You're going really fast. And so, but I think for Felix, he only probably had a limited amount of oxygen in the suit anyway, so he needed to make it down. Like if he pulled it that high, he'd be up there for long.
Oh, yeah, too long,
Way too long, yeah.
So, wow. So this is going to happen in May.
Yeah.
Sometime, but we don't have an exact date yet, right?
No, it's all weather dependent, but, we'll know like about a week out what day we're shooting for, and it'll definitely, Discovery Channel will let everybody know when we're going for it.
Yeah, they're good with
You guys should hook up a little camera or something to you to watch all the way down.
There's going to be a camera on it.
Should hook up, we have one camera.
You've heard of the GoPros, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Take a Polaroid with you. Snap a few. That's going to be great.
He's got to go.
It's going to be on Discovery. Whenever it is, it will be announced.
Sometime in May, definitely, though.
On Twitter, I'm sure you'll. Can we give his Twitter out? It's your website. Joby, how do you say it?
Ogwyn.
JOBYOGWYN.com. It's one word.
Do you have a weekly show or?
No, the only shows that I'm doing are with Discovery Channel right now. Yeah, they keep me pretty busy.
Cool, very cool. Yeah, it was nice meeting you, man.
Great, man.
You too.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Come back and talk to us after you complete this.
I'm coming back to New York right after, so maybe we can get together.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That'd be great.
And Jimmy, you got something?
Tampa Side Splitters in 2 weeks, and then I'm here at Caroline's the 24th through the 27th.
Cool. I think we're done.
Done.
Thank you, sir.
Nice.
See you guys tomorrow.
Later.
The Opie and Anthony Show is drawn to a close. Stay tuned to reflect, relive, and get the story behind the story of the finest moments of today's show. Fortunately, we have a hard time letting go. The stories behind the stories. The backstage drama. Everything that made today unforgettable. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW now. And look back on another legendary day of broadcasting. This is the Opie and Anthony Post Show with Sam Roberts.
Legendary is right. Welcome to the Post Show. 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. If you want to call up and be a part of the Opie and Anthony Post Show. Jim is just over there with goodies on goodies on goodies. That doesn't look like a good one. Somebody sent him a t-shirt.
Let me smell it.
What kind of t-shirt is it? You make it?
I don't know.
Oh, good. Chip's here. Why don't you finish what you're doing and head out of here, Chip? What is it, Eric?
They're shirts that I can't wear. They're funny, but they're too,
Are they homemade? Oh, he's just floating in and out of characters, this guy. Out loud. Out loud.
Like how he has to stick his jaw out when he reads.
Of course, because he's still in character. But he won't do anything out loud. Just either leave or talk.
I'm cool.
No, you're not.
I just don't trust you.
About what? Oh, you are the worst person.
You're tricking me.
Have you met my friend not Hookid just walked in, but Hookid, do you know Chip has never met Deez?
Deez who?
He's nuts!
Damn it!
Got him.
Me with that, with these.
Got him.
Garbage.
Got him again. Got him again.
You can't catch me with that. That's a nigga joke.
See you later, Chip. We were watching. Did you see that on the People's Court? Somebody came out and said, we were watching the clip this morning.
Yeah.
Some guy on the People's Court came out, and he goes, the guy, the interviewer, the courtroom interviewer goes, "Are you surprised that this happened?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, I mean, somebody I guess D must have hit him. I don't know who it was." And he said it like 3 times. He goes, "Yeah, it must have been D. I guess it was D. I don't know." And finally the interviewer goes, "Who's D?" And the guy just real quick, he goes like, "Oh, D's nuts." And he was... Opie and Anthony didn't laugh that much, but I laughed my ass off.
Holy shit.
D's nuts is always funny to me.
Yeah. Is that real? It happened today?
Well, Obama, we were also talking about that today. No, that didn't happen. Who Kid just pointed at a picture that the Daily News has on the cover.
It looks so clear outside.
Of a nuke blowing up Manhattan.